Welcome. We're in Paris, Texas for Pleasant Grove versus the Paris Wildcats. Remember last year, first game day ever did was at Pleasant Grove versus the Wildcats. Really tough, really tight game. A great one though.
Wildcats were big and athletic last year. Hoping, I'm kind of hoping they are this year. I'd like to see a good.
Well, I just saw Solana on the schedule for last, and I just picked it because you see Solana pop up. I just get the nod because they named Solana. But what 10-7 victory for Paris?
10-7, and Donnie said
they won in overtime.
Really?
Yeah, in overtime to kick the field goal.
Shout out. Like those kind of days. But let's get into some area games. We're going to talk a lot about this PG offense, defense, and of course PG versus Paris leading up to kickoff. And of course we'll have your coverage for you all evening here. We'll stream the entire football game. If you don't want to watch from home, want to get out and about, you can watch this game at Walk-Ons, Silver Star, Texas Roadhouse, as well as Cross Ties downtown. They're going to have it projected on the, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Can't think what it's called, but it's going to be a good time. I'm really happy that so many people in the community are stepping up and helping us do this thing.
Cross Ties has turned out to be a pretty cool little place, man.
Cross Ties is really cool. They spend a lot of money on it.
Yes, it is.
Wish them many years of success. Yeah. I know what it feels like, put money out like that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, hey, Craig, take us into some area games.
We'll start with some of the Arkansas area games.
Okay.
One that's been canceled. It's Arkansas versus Dollar Way Pine Bluff.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, I hate to, man. So what? That's going to take them down to what? 6 football games?
Yeah,
Maybe
or 7?
7, I think.
6 or 7 football games?
Yeah, see, 'cause I think they had 9 on the schedule, so this will be the third one they missed.
What was it? The opposing team, or was it them that had an issue?
It was the opposing team. It was Dollar Way.
And then you've got Mineral Springs 2-1 taking on an 0-1 Fout team.
I guess I don't have a pick on. I guess I'm going to take Falk because I don't know where Mineral Springs is.
I'm going to take that Mineral Springs team.
Man, Falk last year, if they still have that wide receiver and that quarterback, hey, they were good.
I don't know much about Falk, but I'm going to go with them too, man.
You're going to go with Falk?
Yeah, I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, I'd go
because
with
we're at
Falk
home.
Trey Carson says if he don't get 100 yards from Trent Kelly tonight, then Donnie's got to do 200 push-ups before he leaves the stadium. And he said he wants to film.
Then we've got Genoa Central 1-1 taking on Lafayette County 0-1. And like we talked, Genoa had defeated the Foreman week 1, 28-6.
Yeah, I got Genoa.
I like Genoa right now. I can't think of the kid's name right now, but Harrison maybe, the linebacker, had 3 sacks last week, 10 tackles.
They had 3 sacks and they only threw the ball 12 times. Ain't that
Frank talked to the Foreman coach and he was like, "Did y'all throw any passes?" Like, yeah, we attempted 13 of them. But Foreman's known for running the ball.
Yeah.
You got a 2-0 Ashdown team traveling over to Hope. I think that's pretty much written. Ashdown's going to win that
loaded
game.
right now.
Yeah, I got Ashdown.
Shout out to Ashdown, for real.
Yeah, they got a bunch of young talent on that team.
You got any elite kids up out that way?
No. The only one that I had, he moved down this way, so I don't.
Yeah.
And in the last game we got in Arkansas, you've got Nashville 1-1 versus an 0-2 D Queen team, and I look for Nashville game.
Yeah, Nashville. How often do you play a wing T team? And of course, Pleasant Grove, they're good.
Yeah.
But Nashville is no slouch.
Yeah, Nashville's good every year.
Yeah.
Texas. I think there's a little bit of difference between Texas football and Arkansas, just my opinion.
Yeah.
And they ran into a buzzsaw when they played us.
Absolutely.
All right, so some of the area games, we're going to go with Community 0-2 at North Lamar 0-2.
I'm going North Lamar.
Somebody's getting a win this week.
I think I said it last night, but I've never felt more bad for a football team than I did for Community when they came and played Pleasant Grove in the first round last year.
Yeah.
I think we're going to take Community in that game.
While we're on that, do y'all think 4 teams should get in?
No,
I don't.
Remember back in the day when only 2 got in?
Yeah.
And I know it's a money thing, but I would be curious to know how many 4 seeds beat 1 seeds in the state of Texas last year.
It's kind of like the NBA, 8 teams in each side makes it, man. That's too many teams.
I mean,
but now, now the year Liberalo won state, when they beat Gilman when Michael James was there. Now, what's that in the first round?
They beat Gilmer in the first round.
Yeah.
And so it was a 4 seed that year?
I don't know.
I can't imagine they were a 4 seed.
Oh, okay.
I bet you a 4 seed's never won a state championship.
Lost 2 or 3 that year, though.
If y'all are in the comments, somebody get on Google and tell me has a 4 seed ever won the state championship at any level in Texas.
Best team Gilmer ever had.
Yeah, no doubt.
By far.
By far.
Hey, ask them where their trophies are.
Hey, GJ
I think there's what 5 teams that'll tell you different.
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, though, the quarterback GJ Kinney ended up playing for Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
He was maybe the best high school quarterback I've ever watched. I mean, that I've watched. He was great. He's the kid that played in Canton that his father had got shot at school.
Yeah, I actually remember that.
We've also got Hugh Springs 1-1 taking on Winsboro.
Winsboro's by a lot.
Yeah,
I'm taking Winsboro.
You know what? I believe in Hugh
42-0
Springs.
over Hook.
Come away with that W.
Yeah, Hugh Springs
Griffin
lost
Calvin
to
said
Harmony
500
last
push-ups
week,
if they don't go 100.
I got Winsboro.
You think? Hey, can you do 500 push-ups?
No, but I can do 100 pretty easy.
500.
No.
Not all at once.
No. Yeah, if you give me an hour, I could.
You can do 500 an hour?
You should have went ahead and said you could do it. I mean,
all right. We got a bunch of cameras out here. We make this happen. Look at that. We put Frank on a counter. And just boom, just every time. I don't want to see no Tony Langford push-ups, though. Butt to the ground,
I can do 7 or 8. Yeah.
You think you can do 8 for real?
Yeah, probably.
All right, knock them out. Let's see it.
No, I ain't doing it.
Trey's asking again. He wants to know who Clarksville plays.
No idea. We've got Maud 0-2 at Beckville. We've got James Bowie 0-2.
Hold on now.
Overton.
Hold on, Maud. Maud's at Beckville.
Both teams 0-2.
All right. Maud has a QB.
Yes, he does.
And a wide receiver. I hadn't seen any game tape. I just see highlights. And I know these highlights are good. I'm taking Maud.
I got to take Maud, too.
But I know Beckville, just that name, they're going to have some athletes.
You got James Bowie 0-2 at Overton. James Bowie coming off a 46-0 loss to
I'm going to go with
Hawkins.
Overton.
You got Spring Hill 0-2 at White Oak. I'm taking White Oak all day.
Even though it's their first game, I'm taking White Oak.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Spring Hill graduate, and I think Coach Weston's going to do a great job at Spring Hill. This year's a transition year.
Yeah.
There's a reason Johnny Levere left to go to Gladewater, which is a big reason, but it's going to be it's a transition period.
I just took White Oak because she went to school there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm taking White Oak too.
That's all it was. Then you've got number 5 Gilmer at Atlanta.
Gilmer big, and everybody's talking about this Henderson score and this and that, but they didn't play 7 starters.
Yeah.
Gilmer didn't play 7 starters in that game.
Yeah, 7 starters, that's a loss.
Yeah, but if they lost, a loss is a loss.
Well,
yeah, but point being is,
a loss would have been a loss.
They didn't lose those. My point.
Atlanta's had some really competitive games, though, so I think it's going to be reasonably close. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think Gilmer is the overall better. I think Tennyson's going to have a big game. He's a heck of a quarterback.
Yes, he is. And his dad was a professional NFL coach and an XFL coach.
I don't know.
I want to say that's true.
I talk to his dad all the time, but he's never even mentioned it to me.
Huh.
In other action, you've got Liberty Islo 0-1 at Jefferson 1-1.
Liberty Islo breaks the streak tonight. They're getting that W in Jefferson.
I think Liberty Islo takes it.
Now it's gonna be a lot tougher than we think. I believe. Jefferson has a very gifted quarterback.
Yeah. Don't they have a pretty good quarterback down there?
So
well, I just don't understand how you have 500 yards of offense and don't put a point on the board. That's weird to me.
Yeah, it is.
Like it almost seems like it's got to be wrong.
That'd be some turnovers too.
Yeah, I mean, but what do you? I look at that number and I'm like, something like these numbers have to be wrong. You don't put 500 yards up and not score a single point.
To me, the Liberty Islo looked a little better than they did last year. I think they're going to be competitive this year.
They looked a lot better to me. The defensive line is good.
They've got some size on the line.
Oh yeah, I mean the Featherston twins on the ends. The kid that was on the linebacker, great. I mean, they're getting wins this year. I'm going to go ahead and say they're going to make the playoffs, and they'll be the 3 seed in this district.
They're going to be right there with them.
Yeah.
You've got Pittsburgh 0-2 traveling to Tatum 2-0.
Tatum.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a good game, but I picked Tatum also. Pittsburgh, like I said the other day, they're a good team that always plays a better team. They are. They're a good football team.
Absolutely.
I think Tatum running backs have a big game this game. You got New Boston. They canceled that game, did they?
Oh,
New Boston and Hooks.
Yeah, they did cancel that game.
Canceled 2, didn't they?
You've got Edgewater 0-2 traveling to Redwater.
Redwater gets a W.
I agree.
Redwater definitely gets a W.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think Preston's going to have a big day. I think Malcolm's going to have a big day. I think the defense is playing well too. They've got good linebackers. I think they win by quite a bit.
The pitch a shutout in varsity football. You got a lot of things are going their way, and I think it's just bigger things are coming for them. Shout out to them.
Welcome our new guest on the set.
Yeah.
Todd Marshall
Todd.
popping in.
Hey,
Principal at Pleasant Grove High School, Todd Marshall, joining us.
He just
He was
snuck
supposed to be
in.
on last week, but he's late. I don't know. Does he get? What do they do for tardies nowadays?
I'm
think
not
it's
gonna
attention.
I
Tell me.
can ask my son.
Yeah, don't. I won't tell you.
We've got a
Keep
few
it
more
going.
games right here, then we're going to get your pick on this game that we're covering tonight.
Okay.
You've got Pewitt at Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon 2-0, Pewitt 1-0.
Pewitt.
Mount Vernon, hey, they got their quarterback.
Man, I'm going Pewitt, and I'm going Pewitt big.
I'm going with Donnie on this. I got.
I'm thinking Mount Vernon
I
as
just
well.
All
think
right, I'll tell you what. I'll bet you. If Pewitt wins, next time Miami loses, we get to throw them in the trash on the show.
Oh, deal.
All right, deal.
Deal.
You've got New Diana 0-2 taking on Harmony 1-1. I'm thinking
Harmony.
0-3 for
I got
New Diana. Queen City 2-0 at Quitman.
The city, give me the city.
I got Queen
I'm
City.
taking Queen City. I like those kids that came on last
Alex
night.
Shelton, a.k.a. Lamar Jackson.
Yes. Wish them
Demir
best of luck
Rasco.
tonight. Y'all keep balling.
Then you've got Ore City at Big Sandy. Ore City 1-0, Big Sandy 0-1.
Or City.
I got Ore City.
Who you got, Todd?
Who was it matchup again?
He ain't paying attention.
Ore City at Big Sandy.
Yeah.
I'm going with Big Sandy, home of the one and only Lovey Smith.
I knew you was supposed to love it.
Right.
Oh, hold on. Who'd I say? David Overstreet. Biggest
Big
name.
Sandy's put out some big names.
Biggest name out of Big Sandy. Well, I mean, I guess Lovey Smith here lately.
Lovey
But
Smith, Super Bowl champion.
where is Lovey Smith now?
He's not coaching anymore.
Is he
I-
not? Is he not
coaches
in
at
Illinois?
I think they prematurely let him go from Tampa Bay.
I thought he was
he
at
was
Illinois.
doing a good job.
He's at Illinois.
He's at Illinois
is he?
in college.
Right.
Yeah.
The Fighting Illini.
Mm-hmm.
So you got number 3 1-1 at Sabine 2-0. Number 3 Dangerfield 1-1.
Dangerfield big.
I gotta go Dangerfield.
But Sabine is not what
what
you
he
remember
was.
them being. They've gotten a lot better.
I still go with Dangerfield.
Yeah, I'm going Dangerfield too.
And the game of the night, Pleasant Grove Hawks 1-1 versus Paris 2-0.
Yeah, so obviously I'm going Pleasant Grove for a lot of reasons. That Argyle game, there's nothing to hang your head at about that. I mean, that team's probably going to go on and win state. Not only are they going to win state, they're going to win big. There's a lot of comments that may be the greatest 4A team ever.
Well,
If they play like they played against Pleasant Grove the rest of the year, I mean, they have depth at every position, D1 players all over the field.
all right, that being said, Pleasant Grove made a lot of mistakes, and the quarterback made perfect passes every time, and they still won by 10 or 11 points. It wasn't. They didn't kill us, you know.
Yeah.
So
And it could have got out of hand there early. Pleasant Grove fought back. That's where that experience
close game.
and those elite fitness workouts in the summer paid off. Shout out, send me my check.
So you cut them mistakes out. 10 points ain't very much.
Yeah, I think it was just mistakes. You had a sweep that was pitched on the ground where they picked up and ran it back for a
the little
touchdown.
pooch punt.
They scored a touchdown right after halftime and then did an onside kick and got another quick
and
score
last
on a
year,
short
Pleasant Grove
field.
lost some Carthage game. Same thing, those little pooch kicks.
No,
it seems
Pleasant
like
Grove was outplaying Carthage.
It was?
To me, Pleasant Grove was outplaying
Okay,
Carthage.
First half they were.
Yeah, and then what happened
I think
is
they threw that
Carthage sped
touchdown
up.
right before halftime.
Well, and then they sped up their offense. They were running a play every 10 seconds. Their defense got tired in that game.
yeah, I mean their coach told us that pregame. He's like we have way more players than they do. We are going to make them tired. So, so you're going with Paris, you said, Todd?
No, I'm going with Pleasant Grove. I do think it'll be a very good football game. Paris traditionally very athletic. It's going to be a physical game. They run a similar style offense as Pleasant Grove in the wing tee. They've been doing that now for a couple of years. I expect it to be a physical game tonight. Fortunately, the weather's very nice. It's not as hot as it's been. The humidity's not bad.
Great night for
It's
football.
a great night for high school football. It's a great September night. I think it'll be very competitive. I think there'll be a lot of hard hitting going on. There's a lot of this game has been pretty close the last couple of years. With Pleasant Grove coming out on top, I think tonight's will be another example of that. Will be a lot of good high school football, a lot of athletes on the field, and I think that tonight Pleasant Grove gets back in the win column.
What do you think, Donnie?
And if you ask me, I don't think it's gonna be as close as we think. I think PG's gonna pull away second half. I predict at least a 21 point deficit on the game, on the score. I think PG is going to be just too big up front. I don't necessarily believe they're going to have an answer for Landon. And I don't necessarily believe they're going to have an answer for Nick either.
I hope not.
Going by off what Donnie said, I was talking to him earlier, and he said they have a small defensive line. If that's the case, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I think we're going to wear them out and run down their throat all
Before
day.
we switch over to PG offense, y'all know we are very particular about our coverage and the way things look. We just want to let everybody know, stay watching the game with us. We're going to do the best we can. We don't have what's the word I'm looking for? Our cameras are not as high as we'd like them to be. We're kind of having to
the wide shot.
Yeah, we're kind of having to work with what we got tonight, but we're still going to bring you the best we possibly can on it, which will be better than everybody else, but not what y'all are used to. But shout out to some sponsors tonight: Texarkana Emergency Center, State Bank, Texas Roadhouse, Lanyap Peak Insurance, Texas A&M, Air Temp Sports Magic, and Cooper Services, which I had to use because Jennifer ran over curve, popped her tire. Wasn't very happy about it, and they talked me into buying 2 of them.
That's
So,
a normal
probably
thing
needed
there,
it.
though, the curve.
Yeah, she probably did. She's always said she never has wrecked a car and it been her fault. And I was like, all right then. But anyway, hey, let's switch this real quick. Let's talk PG offense. All right. So running game, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Landon got on to me because I'd been telling him, I was like, dude, you ain't no offensive player. You just don't look the part. He walked off the field last week and was like, I don't ever want to hear you say nothing to me ever again about my skills on offense. What are some areas you think that we're going to be leaning on going forward and some areas we definitely need to improve in?
Well, to me on offense, I think we got to develop some type of passing game, because sometimes you can eliminate the tight end, so we got to have another target besides the tight end. I think we have the players to get it done. I just think it's going to take a couple more games. So that's what goes in when you don't have a scrimmage game. You're still trying to fill out the first couple games.
Yeah.
So I believe we have to develop some type of passing game, because eventually.
Yeah, we dropped
teams
some
to be
big
reeled
balls
in,
last
stop the
week,
run.
too. We got to catch them when they hit us.
No doubt.
Yeah.
We dropped 2 huge balls last week.
Yeah, I think, like I said, it's still early in the season. First week, they really didn't need to pass because they were able to run the ball effectively. They did a little play action last week. Woodside overthrew maybe one of the first 2 or so, but he kind of settled down. Once he got settled in, he made some passes, completed those passes or whatever. I think they just build on that again tonight. They'll throw a little bit more here and there, but if they're running the ball effectively, why put it in the air?
I think there's a lot of chemistry to be said about that, a lot about the chemistry of the game, just getting used to playing. You have a lot of new guys in new positions this year. You have a new quarterback. You have some new guys in the backfield. So just to get the timing down with routes and get the chemistry down of getting the offense going and running, I think that's big. And you get it by having reps and playing, and that's
Absolutely.
what you do. I think as we continue to get into the season, you're going to see those things. Those things like talk about maybe a ball being pitched on the ground, or a ball overthrown or a ball dropped. I think those things work themselves out as you play and get used to seeing live football. So I anticipate as we get in, we're in the 3rd game now. I think a lot of that stuff is just going to clean itself up on its own.
And like last year, Sergio was a senior, so coach was confident. No, he was making plays, so it was a no-brainer. We're going to go to Sergio right here. They knew he would make the play. I think they're still trying to find that guy that they know is going to make that play, and once they do, you'll start to see the offense open up a little bit.
I talked to Jalen before both games, and the second game he wasn't near as nervous as he was the first game.
Yeah.
I talked to him before the first game. He was a little nervous. He even admitted to it. So I thought he looked a little better in the second game.
Trey Carson said, he said Nick's a running back. He needs 20 carries tonight.
Yeah.
And what do you think at the next level? I mean, I know is Oklahoma State's offer at linebacker or running back?
Linebacker. But majority of the offense he has is at linebacker. He has a few for running back. Like Cal should be pulling the trigger to offer him.
Uh-huh.
They want him as a running back. If you ask him, he wants to play defense. He's not, he would play offense, but he would prefer to play defense.
Yeah. Well, I like him. I like him on defense, but I also like to see him run for a couple hundo.
Yeah.
Speaking of running for a couple hundo, did I not tell y'all Logan Johnson was going to go off this season?
Yeah. You did.
Everybody wants to be quiet now like I didn't say that.
No, it's just-
everybody wants to be quiet like I didn't say
No,
that.
it's just you just jump player to player. I mean, get a player and stick with him. I've been a Logan Johnson fan since we started this.
Hold on.
And now you want to take over and be the head of the Logan Johnson VIP party. Yeah, fan club.
All right, then. I remember
you know,
that.
To me, Logan just has that burst through
I
the
think
line.
Morgan was that
He
guy
got
growing
some
up that
explosiveness.
whoever won the Super Bowl was his favorite team.
Yeah,
All
I mean,
right,
but
Todd,
you can see it.
I mean,
Todd, that's the end of
He
your
had a-
segment.
You saw flashes of Logan in the playoff last year. I
Hey,
thought
he's late and he criticized you.
Logan flashed in the
Hey,
playoffs
hey,
last.
let him show up a minute late next week. See what happens. He can be a second
That's
late.
great.
Actually, he ain't getting on.
That's great.
I keep trying to teach him a lesson every week. He just keeps showing up late.
hey. I do it because I love you.
I heard that. Jalen, I saw him walking around with a not a cast, but what would you call that?
Splint, I guess.
Splint, I guess. Yeah, a non-throwing hand. Anybody have any idea on condition on
I
that?
haven't heard anything.
I
about
know
didn't
it's
even know
not that
anything
bad.
about
He's
it
playing,
until I
but
Talking about what's that?
yeah.
He has a chip bone in his wrist. You can't. There's nothing extra but time to heal it. I mean, you can't fix it with surgery, so he's going to play through it.
I broke my wrist 3 times. It does not feel good. So him playing with it. Well, he's not in a cast, so it really can't be that bad.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, it depending on how he lands on it. He may feel some pain, but for the most part, I think he's handling it pretty well.
Let's talk about the freshman phenom, Jalen Boardley.
Back of the Future.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to get him a shirt made, an old Back to the Future shirt. I'm just gonna say
good.
Back of the Future.
That's pretty good.
Really good kid too. I talked to him before the well, not hadn't started yet, but I talked to him before we went on. Really good kid. I look for big things from him.
I do too.
Not
He's
only
more-
tonight, but in the future.
He's more of a straight line runner than Logan is, in my opinion. But I expect big things from him as the
Look at
years
little
go
Phil
on.
Tilt up here with his game day stuff. You see him just jumping me deuces? You see that? Hey, Phil Tilt, baby. Got a mohawk and everything.
Ain't he the one that photobombed yesterday?
Yeah, he photobombed us last night.
I think Jalen Boydley is another example of, you got a freshman playing varsity football in his 3rd game of the year now. And again, as they play more and get more reps and get more repetition and get a feel for the game and how the speed of varsity football as compared to middle school for him, I think he's just going to continue to adjust and get better. And that timing between him and Jalen Woodside is going to be it's going to make a big difference. And I think as we get on through the year, you're going to have the growing pains right now, but as we progress, things are going to just continue to get more and more polished.
He's got what you call the intangibles.
He's got the intangibles.
He's a good kid. I've talked to him multiple times. He's a good kid. He's got a nice frame where he can put on some weight. He's got decent speed. He's got great vision.
Good hands, very good
He's going
hands.
to put on 20, 30 pounds by the time he's a senior.
Yeah.
No doubt, he's an elite kid.
Let's not forget about
knew
this
that was
offensive.
coming.
Let's not forget about this offensive line. They don't get enough credit.
No, they don't.
They are great.
They are.
Yeah.
Great offensive line. You know,
They just keep reloading on that too, because
yeah.
they're great every
and
year.
Alex, he's not the biggest guy on the
No,
line,
he's
but
not.
man, like
He's got one of the
he
biggest
takes care of
hearts.
business.
He's a good kid though, man.
Yeah,
He's
I
a
like
smiling. I do too, man. I enjoy him, man.
Let's switch to the other side of the football. Tell me like some elite kids on defense.
Well, you got Nick and Landon. Landon is prone to have a breakout game, and I believe it's going to be tonight. I
don't think they're going to run away from him?
Yeah, but you're going to do it for so long.
Well, that's true.
So, I mean, I do, and because see, Nick's on the other side. So, a full speed Nick is just as dangerous as Landon.
That's true. Very true.
So, you got to pick your poison, who you want to deal with.
Well, it's time for Nick to ball out.
No doubt.
Because if I'm Paris, I'm running away from Landon. Hey, here's what we do know. Nick will ball out tonight.
Yeah, he will.
I've said it. This first game last year, day one starting game day, I said Nick Martin's my favorite football player.
I enjoy
and it's
watching.
like he just plays football the way we grew up playing.
Yeah, Nick to me sets the tone on defense. Just the physicality
Yeah.
he plays with.
Now, if you ask me, Nick is the best player in Texarkana. It's not even close. Because what he does on the field, nobody else can duplicate that.
So we have the number 1 defensive end in the state of Texas, number 1 outside linebacker in the state of Texas, in Texarkana.
No doubt. And actually, Marcus, according to the rankings last year, he's number 1 defensive tackle in
I'm just pointing out it's a big statement.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
You know I like Nick,
Yeah.
and Nick's going to ball.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know it's a huge statement.
Just cut his game film on. It backs it up.
Yeah.
Man, Chris Pena says if Marcus was healthy, I would agree. Nick is too valuable to the defense without Marcus.
I look for
Very good point.
I look for the secondary to make those adjustments from last week and play a little bit better than they didn't play bad. It's just they gave up a few
Well,
touchdowns.
good news is They might throw the ball 5 times tonight. Yeah, let's be honest. Paris runs the exact same offense as Pleasant Grove. That's where they got the offense from.
Mm-hmm.
From my understanding, Coach Gibson taught them the offense.
Well, they actually implemented it midway through our season, like maybe 2 years ago. It was right after they played Pleasant Grove.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
so
right.
I don't necessarily know if he taught them, but he gave them the blueprint on how to run it.
I do think the defense will continue to improve the secondary. Again, you have 4 new starters in the secondary this year. I mean, 4 new guys that played a little bit last year for varsity or didn't play varsity last year. So, again, they're still adjusting to the speed of the game, the learning curve, and how things work, making adjustments. Just what they're seeing live action. There's a lot to learn there, and this is how you learn. You learn on, you can practice it and walk through it, but on Friday night, that's when you're going to learn. That's when you get to get that experience. That's when you're going to gain the confidence you need to go out and make plays. And I think tonight's going to be a good night for that. Again, they're predominantly run. They're probably not going to throw the ball very much, so there'll be a lot of. I'm sure you'll see a lot of guys in the box and a lot of those guys in on tackles. So,
last week though, to me they only gave up one really bad play, the one across the middle, first play of the game. Yep. And what I heard of that kid runs a sub 4.5, so you catch a ball out in the open field. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Because them the ones down the sideline, they were covered.
Yeah.
But
that one on PG's side of the field. Yeah, that was good defense. That was just a great play.
Great throw.
Yeah.
And the first play of the game, there was a touchdown. That was just they didn't make the call was not made. They didn't make the adjustment pre-snap, and therefore the guy was wide open. So it was just a mistake there. So.
Y'all waiting on me? Man, what would y'all do without me? Y'all just sit here in silence? Is that what y'all would do?
I'd ask Tony to tell that one joke he knows.
All right, Tony, tell us a joke.
No, I can't tell my jokes on TV, man. That's not a good idea.
Hey, I'm gonna get little Phil. Let little Phil Till pop up here real quick.
Get up here.
I can't tell a joke.
Hey,
he's
Phil.
a lot more entertaining than I am.
Wants me to tell a joke.
I need you to pop right back on though, because I got to get ready for the.
That's like putting Craig's news segments on here.
Phil, come on, dude, right here. So since you wanted to photobomb us last night, can you see little Phil? Let me move this helmet. Here, this is super heavy. I got you. Phil, man, how was your day at school?
Good.
You learn anything? You better say yes.
Yes.
All right, cool.
We want to know your prediction for tonight's game.
What do you think's gonna happen?
What do you got? Wildcats or Hawks?
Hawk.
Hey, you're super pumped, Offset. You got to speak, man.
Who you got? PG or Paris?
I'm going for Hawks.
What's the score gonna be?
100-0.
100-0. That's my man right there. So Phil was our fan of the week last week. Kind of got a little. He got a little shy on us on the camera. Look at the camera, big dog. Show him your game day shirt. Show him this game day shirt.
He's got the best haircut in town.
Hey, this man got the very first game, even before my kids. He got the very first Tri-Fit game day shirt. You get a hat too? You ain't wearing it tonight? Uh-oh. He's got his mohawk rocking though.
Yeah, if you had his hair, you wouldn't wear a hat either.
What are you talking about, Tony?
Look at his hair. That's awesome, man.
It is awesome.
That's awesome.
Why don't you have a mohawk, Tony?
I mean, I thought about it, but I can't pull it off.
It'd be great for your business. Anyway, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. I'm going to go get set up with Quinn Stanfield for the game. We'll be back with Todd Marshall in 1 minute. Don't go anywhere.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
We are back, Texarkana Game Day. We're joined by Superintendent Pirtle, Todd Marshall, Donnie Kelly, and Tony Langford. What are you guys expecting to see tonight, Superintendent Pirtle?
Speed on the other side, speed on Paris' side. They're always super fast. They're always super physical. They'll play hard. They'll be well coached, running some stuff like we're familiar with.
So you're going to pick them like Todd did?
Do what?
You're going to pick?
hey, just a little information. This is my alma mater over here. I graduated from Paris High School.
Oh, wow.
So
I probably threw a touchdown on you back in the day. No, we were just talking about weather a little bit. Last week, you could see the Hawk players line up, like the receivers in the corners, and they were literally dripping sweat from their knee pads. Do you think this weather tonight's going to play big for the Hawks?
it's definitely not as humid as it was last week. Last week was like you're in a sauna.
Yeah.
It actually feels pretty good out here, and you know, I don't think Paris is going to be too platooning like Argyle did as much, and so I think that kind of evens the field out a little bit, and you know, I think it's just going to come down to you know, a turnover here or there. It could be the game. Last year it was a 4-point game. And,
it was a hard-hitting game.
Hard-hitting game right there at the end. And
to me, it was one of the best games of the year.
It really was.
Maybe Nick will have some more hits like he had last year.
See, remember the kid that went picking the ball up?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
I do.
I felt bad for him, man.
It's definitely a statement.
While we've got you here, can we just ask you what's going on in the district or anything like that you want to talk about?
You know what? I just want to brag on our people, brag on our teachers. They are resilient. They are smart. They're brilliant. They have put it in. Our administrators, Mr. Marshall, Ms. Barker, Ms. Bradford, Mr. Blaine, they have been just champions for our school district. We just finished up our 5th week of school. And you know, one of the things, and we've had very successful first 5 weeks of school. One of the things that we're seeing is when we started out the school year, we were about 19.5% remote learners. And what we're seeing is a trend of students coming back to face-to-face. And I think that's part of how we've handled COVID within our schools with masks and the safety protocols that we have in place. But I think people are seeing that we're being successful with the handling of COVID. We're down from 19.5% of our students being remote learners. I calculated it today, and we're at 16.5.
How ready are you for this to be done, though?
I think everybody's ready, you know, and just to get back and where we don't have to plan plans on plans, because we can't just have a normal event or whatever, you know. I mean, a lot of planning went into Argyle last week, and we were recognized statewide on how we handled the seating, and you saw Texas High School Coaches Association tweet out, "Great job, Pleasant Grove." But a lot of planning went into that, and we pulled it off, and the Pleasant Grove community pulled it off, and we're so thankful from the school standpoint, because there's a lot of stress when you have, you know, over 1,000 people coming into the stadium, and we really need people to cooperate with us.
Yeah.
And then they cooperate, you know, our people cooperate with us. It means a lot to us, and we're very thankful to our community for doing that.
My wife works over at TISD, and she was telling me how TEA is constantly putting out changes and updates and stuff like that. You want to talk about how difficult it is to stay on top of everything and to make those necessary changes so the kids can continue to play football and kids can continue to be in classroom learning and stuff like that? Yeah,
we, you know, back from really March to the beginning of school, it did change a tremendous amount. I mean, multiple times a week things would change, and we you know, it's about in the middle of July, and we figured out how we were going to do remote learning. We got our system in place, and I will tell you, we have been true to our system of COVID and keeping things safe. Since school has started, you know, we finished this our 5th week. We have really, like I said, stayed true to what we said with quarantining when we have a case or when there's been a high risk of exposure. We've done that. We have managed it brilliantly. I feel like right now, finishing up week 5 and talking to our principals, like we're in the groove. Like we're having school. We're going now, and not so many changes are coming down from TEA. Just little updates here or there, but not such big changes. You know, on the flip side, Paris just started school this week, and this is their first week of school. And so I've talked to our people in our district, a lot of people in our district, from teachers to administrators, central office principals, and not one person has said, man, I wish we had delayed school. Everybody has said, man, we made the right decision, start being the first one in Northeast Texas to start on August 10th and starting school and getting back and getting in the groove. And you know what, I just go back to our principals, assistant principals, our teachers, our staff on the campus have absolutely handled this beautifully. I mean, if somebody, I really feel like if somebody was going to write a book about how a school district should handle COVID-19, they should seriously consider how Pleasant Grove has handled this situation.
You know, when you go through a big change like we have this year, nobody has any idea what goes on behind the scenes and how much work goes into it. And that's in anything you do. I mean, you know, anything you're trying to run, anything you're trying to change, you know, you get on Facebook and see negative comments on how this is going on and that's going on. And you're like, you have no idea what's going on. And I'm not referring about Pleasant Grove. I'm talking about going back to school, period. You know, and they have no idea how much work the teachers and everybody's putting in to get it done.
Yeah.
And I'll brag just a moment on our students.
Yeah.
Our students have done a tremendous job.
Good evening, Wilcat fans and visitors alike.
Of taking this new normal that we're all experiencing and making it normal as it can be. They've done a great job at school. They're wearing their masks. They're taking care of themselves. They're social distancing as they need to. I mean, they have taken this and handled it like just. I could not be more proud of our student body. A good example tonight. As you know, it's due to some of the restrictions from COVID. Sometimes bands and showstoppers are not allowed to, or drill team showstoppers are not allowed to travel to away games. Well, our students came to me a week ago and said, what about if we bring our senior drill team, our senior showstoppers to the away games to run the flag so they can still be involved on Friday nights? What a great idea. Those were the ideas of the students. And our drill team seniors are here tonight, and they're going to run the flags with the cheerleaders, and they're going to be involved. So I'm just so proud of our student body. They find solutions, they make it work, and they're helping us build this momentum, as Mr. Pirtle mentioned, that we've established right now.
Yeah, and one more thing on our students. And Todd's talking about the high school, but I have the opportunity to go to each campus. In the high school, the middle school, the intermediate school, even our students, pre-kindergarten through second grade at Pleasant Grove Elementary School, they're doing it. They're doing what is required, what is going to keep our schools open. They're doing it, and it's kind of become the norm now. You know, now I'm not sure they're going to want to keep them on one of these days when we can take them off. I don't think we're going to have a fight on our hands there, but our students have been unbelievable. Just great. Unbelievable.
I just want to say, I know like when my kids are doing the homeschool for right now, but so many teachers took a lot of flack because it's something they weren't used to, teaching the online classes for the home learners and stuff. They made those adjustments. I think everything's a lot smoother. And I just want to say hats off to all the teachers, the administrators, the staff, for continue to put your best foot forward and do what's necessary to make sure these kids are learning what they're supposed to and to keep the schools open and moving, not only for Pleasant Grove, but every school in the area as well as across the state. So thank you guys for what you do.
Every teacher I've talked to that is having to teach the remote learning says, it is hard. Said it's not an easy process, and it took a lot for them to learn how to do it. So hats off to them.
Yeah, we have worked to make our remote learning as close. Our goal has been to make it as close to what happens in the classroom as possible. And where they're teaching the lessons, we're live streaming those lessons online, and it does create some challenges. But I think overall, what our students are getting at home is about as good as you can do it. There's nothing like face-to-face learning in the classroom, and ultimately that's where we want all of our kids. That's why we work so hard to make sure that what we're doing as far as safety protocols and being a stickler about it, and really everybody buying in on this thing, is to hopefully build confidence in our community that we're doing it right. And from the information that we know, we have had some cases in the district, but not one of them has been because they were at school. Every single one of them has been parents have had it and exposed, and they weren't at school. It's what we are doing is working to keep our kids safe, and we're going to continue to do that. And our hope is that those students who are remote learners at some point feel confident coming back to school and being safe. And we're bringing 1,900 students to school every day, and we've been doing it for 5 weeks, and not one case of the virus going from somebody at school to another person at school.
You got the Hawks making their way out to the field. That was a great discussion for us right there. We're not going to let you off the hook, Mr. Pirtle. We're going to need you to make that pick since Todd picked Wildcats. What's going to be your pick?
Let's go Hawks. Let's go Hawks on that long. Come on, Mr. Marshall.
All right.
We'll put that in as evaluation.
Chad Pirtle, Todd Marshall, Donnie Kelly, Tony Langford. I'm Craig Jenkins. We're going to send it to the guys over on the sideline for the broadcast.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
I'll go ahead and turn these on or what? Do what? Welcome. We got Quinn Stanfield, Morgan Smith. We're going to be calling this Pleasant Grove versus Paris game. Quinn, man, how excited are you for it?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Paris is a great competition. We've played them the last few years, and it's always been a really, really good game no matter what either team's record is. They play each other hard.
You have Pleasant Grove starting lineup?
I've got the projections. I wouldn't say that they're official, but I'd say starting the left tackle is going to be 50, Torrey Phillips. Left guard will be 56, Alex Murphy. Center will be 57, Jackson Cartwright. At right guard will be 74, Cameron Weekly. Right tackle 76, Jordan Stewart. And tight end, the one everybody knows, 40, Landon Jackson. Quarterback starting tonight, his third varsity game, is number 3, Jalen Woodside. At the wing will be number 1, the senior, Logan Johnson. And then we've got some guys flipping roles tonight. Nick Martin is going to move to fullback this evening rather than tailback. And Hayden Kohler is going to be starting at tailback. Jalen Boardley is going to play, but he's a little banged up in one of his hands with a finger right now, and so they're going to not start him, but he's going to play. Wide receiver starting tonight is going to be number 5, Sam Bradshaw. That's all the offensive side.
I saw that X-ray on Boardley's hand. Like pretty gnarly.
Yeah, they have said that a surgery is coming. I don't know if that means coming sooner rather than later, or if that's an end of the season thing, or if they're going to try to time it with when the bye week falls. I don't have that information, but they've said that surgery is coming.
You're looking at the All-American number 40, Landon Jackson, on your screen, if you didn't know. He's a large young man, to say the least.
Yeah, I walked out on the field before the game, all the pregame stuff, and was visiting with Coach Gibson, and I said it just seems like he's gotten bigger now than even what he was previously, last time I saw him.
I'm about to have our national anthem here.
I think they're doing school songs right now.
It's a little weird not having both bands here.
It's very odd, that's for sure.
Just so you know, we're not up in a press box tonight, so you'll have to excuse us. We're watching the game on a monitor, so we can only see what you see tonight. But we'll do the best we got. Appreciate y'all watching.
Pleasant Grove is on the field this evening. I'm not sure if we're waiting on Paris to come out before the national anthem or if exactly what we're doing right now.
Yeah, there's definitely even the referees over here look like they're wondering what's going on. They were still waiting on Paris to come out. 7:30 kickoff. Looks like here they come.
I'd say it's a fairly sparse crowd tonight, even for the home side.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. This week, kind of looking at the forums, Paris, a lot of the fans are calling it, they don't care if they win a game, they want to win this one. This is their state championships, what they said. I was expecting more, but, they probably, I'm assuming, didn't have a whole lot to sell.
Guess not. Tell you, if anybody that's sitting home watching it on TV and didn't come in for the game, they're missing a gorgeous night. It's really nice out here. The sun's going down right now behind the home side, lighting up the clouds. So here comes Paris. They're taking the field right now, so we should be getting close to kickoff. A reminder, all you that are watching the live stream tonight, this is an entirely different animal from what we've done the first 2 weeks. We are not in the press box. We're not even up in the stands. We're sitting behind the track, not even on the track, sitting at the goal line on one side, watching the game on TV monitors. So what you see on your TV or computer screen is exactly what we're looking at. And our concern a little bit is if there's a play behind the line of scrimmage and we got cameras on a quarterback, but we got receivers going downfield trying to get all that. So be understanding. We're going to do the best we can to bring you something and do the best job we can for you this evening. Tell you my opinion is that the pregame of every game that we've been at so far has just been a little bit odd. It's just not the same. The crowd is smaller. Only one band is there in every occasion. The home band has been there. A little bit of uncertainty in how it's going to start. So it's just been weird, but at least we're glad to get to play.
We welcome Colonel Jimmy Mills and Robert Riggs.
Yeah, I didn't think we were going to have football season. I'm ecstatic that we are. But Nick Martin's going to be the captain for tonight's game.
He certainly deserves the opportunity. Nick's an amazing player. He just got the big, probably his biggest offer so far this year. He got Oklahoma State. It's still being talked to by Cal. He hadn't got that official offer yet, but they're talking to him. And there's rumors about Texas A&M. Not sure if that was there or not, but Oklahoma State's a big deal.
Well, that'd be nice to take one trip and get to go see him and Marcus play.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And we know the screen looks a little shaky right now. We had to put a camera in the stands tonight. It's just part of being at an away game in high school football.
General Mosley and Colonel Jim Mills, who were being honored here tonight, were in the Pentagon when terrorists crashed.
Coach Gibson told me a really cool thing for Nick Martin was that when he got his offer from Oklahoma State, the head coach is the one that called him personally. You don't get that very often. And that when they called for Nick, Nick wanted to know, are they offering me for linebacker or are they offering me at running back? And the coach said, we'll take you at either one.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I'm a big Nick Martin fan.
Pleasant Grove has won the toss and elected to receive.
So Pleasant Grove wins the toss. Pleasant Grove's going to take the ball. So we're just the national anthem away from beginning this game.
The Wildcats, Chandler Sykes. We will never forget 9/11. September 11, 2020 marks the 19th anniversary of the terrorist attacks of the United States. We ask you to join us this evening to help everyone understand this fateful day. We will never forget 9/11. The victims were in airplanes or in their offices, secretaries, businessmen and women, military and federal workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror. We will never forget the events, the heroic actions of rescue workers, and the bonding of our nation. Every American felt the tragedy of 9/11 and the humanity, kindness, and resilience we experienced as a nation. We will keep the events in our memory and in our hearts, and will take them with us as we carry on. We take this opportunity to thank members of the military and active duty, our veterans, our firefighters, police officers, and first responders for all that they do to keep us safe. At this time, we ask you to join us for a moment of silence. Thank you. At this time, please remove all headgear for the playing of our national anthem.
Don't know if you could hear what the press box announcer was doing previous to the national anthem, but he read a script regarding the 9/11 anniversary today, and just a very, very good memorial, and then had a moment of silence. Really nice moment here in the stadium.
Pleasant Grove is elected to receive the ball. I believe we're going to have Logan Johnson back deep to return.
Lining up the kick for Paris is their kicker number 45, Luis Ibarra. He's a senior. Last week he went 3 for 4 on field goals. He hit a 40-yarder. And Paris took that game into overtime. So that field goal, I should have said 3 for 4 on extra points. And then he hit the field goal. So that was a big deal for that game.
Nick and Logan are going to be back deep. Nick, Logan, Corbin, Sean, it looks like.
All right, so we're lined up to kick off. PG versus Paris, and we're underway. Kickoff went to Logan Johnson. He drops the ball, brings it out of the end zone. He is shy of the 10-yard line. He's met by several Wildcats.
Number 38 with the bring down, Jalen Gray, 1st and 10, for the Hawks.
Looks like the ball spotted about the 7 or 8 yard line. Let's call it the 8. First down for Pleasant Grove. Like usual on the first possession, the Grove comes to the line with no huddle. Woodside hands it off. Can't see who that went to on the computer monitor. Sorry about that.
Number 4, Hayden Collar on the carry.
Announcer here in the stadium told us that was 4, Hayden Kohler. Kohler picked up about 3, second down and 7.
Sweep to Logan Johnson. Out to about the 12-yard line.
Number 1, Logan Johnson on the carry for the Hawks. Tackle made by number 18, Lane Atwood for the Wildcats. Close to a first down, brings up 3rd and 1 at the 17.
Hawks are just shy of the first down, 3rd and 1. It's Sam Bradshaw running in the play.
Sam was a great basketball player. I was excited that he decided to play football this year.
Yeah, he's going to be an asset the more confidence he gets. Logan Johnson goes in motion. Inside handoff, that's Hayden Kohler once again. He picks up the first down. Looks like that tackle was made by 52 on the defensive line for the Wildcats, Trentarius Tennant. He's a junior.
LaDainian Council number 5 with a stop for the Wildcats. 1st and 10, Hawks on their own 24.
He was assisted on that play on the tackle by number 5, LaDainian Council. Looks like Woodside was trying to check out of that. Now there's a flag on the play. False start called against the Hawks. It's a 5-yard penalty. Makes it 1st and 15.
Nick Martin on the carry.
Nick Martin up the middle.
Number 6, Nick Martin on the carry.
Out to about the 29-yard line.
And down number 6, Jataeus Young for the Wildcats.
Jataeus Young makes the tackles for the Wildcats. Second down for Pleasant Grove. 2nd and 5. Ball's about the 29-yard line. Woodside kind of got baptized in fire last week playing Argyle, so see what he does this week. Hawks come to the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Nick Martin up the left side. Looks like an off-tackle run. Good gain for the Hawks. Tackle was made for the Wildcats by 18, Lane Atwood. He's a senior inside linebacker.
3rd and 1 at the 33 for the Hawks.
Hawks have 3rd and 1, the 33-yard line.
I have a feeling Nick Martin is about to get this football. What do you think?
Pretty good chance. That was Corbin Shine came in at receiver. He's glad to be back at that spot this year. Hand off to Nick Martin. He goes up the right side, picks up the first down. Still driving. That's the good thing about Nick. He loves going after contact.
A very late whistle on that play, I thought.
Leading the stop, number 32, Keyshawn Wallace.
Tackle was made there for the Wildcats by Keyshawn Wallace, number 32. First down at the 42-yard line for the Hawks. Outside toss to Nick Martin. Breaks a tackle, lowers his head, and gets a couple extra yards there. It's just shy of the 50-yard line. Second down.
Number 5, Council with the tackle for Wildcats.
Both of these teams run the wing T offense, so we expect this to be a fast game tonight. There will be a lot more running than passing from both teams.
Paris had a big win last week, winning overtime over Solana.
That's right.
So we can say that Pleasant Grove has perfected the wing T. Kind of excited to see Paris run. Logan Johnson with the carry, right up the middle.
Logan Johnson, number 1 on the carry.
Logan Johnson picks up the first down again for the Hawks. Ball's at the 41-yard line. Zach Hughes comes in for Pleasant Grove. Hughes is the leading receiver right now for the Grove in yardage. He's averaging about 23 yards a catch. Doesn't have a score yet, looking for his first one. Woodside hands off to Kohler. Little dive over the pile there. Picks up positive yards.
Number 4 on the carry for the Hawks, stripped up by 32, Keyshawn Wallace.
That tackle was made by 32, Keyshawn Wallace.
On the play, seconded by 36.
Second down, 5 yards to go for Pleasant Grove at the 36-yard line. Hawks don't seem to be in a real big hurry. They're just doing slow and methodical. Logan Johnson in motion. It's a handoff to Kohler once again. Slips up the right side, picks up a couple maybe.
Kohler on the carry, number 4. 57, Chandler Sykes on the stop.
Tackle for the Wildcats was made by 57, Chandler Sykes. It's 3rd and 2 on the 33-yard line for Pleasant Grove. Alex Galvan coming in. Alex had his first varsity touchdown reception last week at the end of the Argyle game.
It's a great one, too.
Hand off to Nick Martin up the right side. He's still driving. Taken down by 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 Wildcats.
Number 18 for Paris had the right idea. Go low.
Leading the stop for the Wildcats, number 20.
So Martin picks up the first down for the Hawks. 1st and 10 at the 27.
1st and 10 on the Wildcat 27.
Now we've got the freshman Jalen Boardley making his first appearance in this game. He started the last 2, but he's got an injured hand. So Boardley comes in now. That's a handoff to Boardley up the middle.
I'm really excited about that young man's football career.
Number 15, Jalen Boardley on the carry.
He's definitely going to be a good one. Got a yard or 2. They're giving him 3. 2nd down and 7 at the 24.
Game 3 at the 24 of the Wildcats.
Tell you, the crowd here is kind of quiet on both sides. Toss to the left side for Boardley.
Ooh,
he takes a big hit from one of the Wildcats. See if we can get a number on that guy. That was a good lick.
15, Jalen Boardley again on the carry. Hit hard by number 10, Bubba Gray.
That was free safety. Number 10, Bubba Gray, came up and laid the lumber on Boardley. Third down and 4 at the 21-yard line. A little more than 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Logan Johnson in motion, takes a sweep around the right side. Doesn't look like he got very much there. He's met in the backfield by number 6 for the Wildcats. That's Jataeus Young.
That brings up 4th down and 3 at the 20 of the
Makes it 4th down for the Grove. I would imagine, knowing Coach Gibson, he's going to go here instead of kicking.
He's definitely going for it. I imagine we'll see a timeout here shortly. Corbin Shine bringing the play in.
Now we're finally getting a little crowd noise going. 4th down. Hand off to Nick Martin. You would expect that's who it would go to, but I think he's going to be short.
Let's see. See where they mark it.
Looks like he got a pretty good spot out of it. It's going to be really, really close. Wildcats are saying he's short. I think the officials are going to call for a measurement right here. There's a good camera shot. You can see it right there. It looks like they got it. That's a 1st down for Pleasant Grove. Nick Martin on that carry.
And that is the State Bank 1st down.
Oh, Jay Davis ain't here, but I still got him. Forgot to turn my mic on. I am super multitasking tonight, guys. I'm running audio, video, and have to listen to Jay Davis, and he's not even here. Kind of missed Jay tonight, pregame.
So we got 3:56 left in the 1st quarter. Hawks have it 1st and 10 to 17. Fake the toss, give it to...
Faked our cameras. Logan Johnson in for the touchdown.
Let's see who got that one. That's number 1, Logan Johnson. Got to tell you, they faked all of us out. They faked me out, faked out the cameras. Logan Johnson takes it in for the score. Enrique Rios comes in for the point after. The holder is Quinn Bingham. Rios' point after is good. So 3:44 left in the 1st quarter. The score is Pleasant Grove 7, Paris Wildcats 0. And we will tee it up to do it again.
See Nick Martin on your screen right there. He'll be going both ways tonight.
Something tells me about this Paris Wildcats offense. They're better than the points they put on the board. They've got 2 games under their belt. They scored 1 touchdown in each, but I watched some film on them, and the quarterback looks sharp. Number 9, Luke Hohenberger. I mean, he's a big guy. Looks like he knows what he's doing. Looks like he's got confidence. The running back, 22, Zacchaeus Jackson, has done a good job.
Number 12, Rio set to kick off for the Hawks. Deep in the middle, number 2, KD Washington for the Wildcats.
This is weird calling a game from field level.
Yeah, there's moments like this. I can't see who is back for the Wildcats to receive. So some of it I'm trying to listen to the press box announcer and calling things after he does. That is number 2 on the reception. Number 2, KD Washington takes the kickoff, tries to scramble around, doesn't really get anywhere.
I think that was Sam Bradshaw. Big hit on that one.
First and 10 for Paris on their own 25 yards.
So once again, if you're watching this live stream, obviously we know the Pleasant Grove players by number better than we know Paris, and so we're having trouble seeing them because of where we're located. So we're trying to pick them up off these camera shots, and honestly, you will probably see him before we will. Wildcats come to the line of scrimmage. Hohenberger under center. We've got a flag on the play. False start called against Paris. Back them up a little bit. 1st and 15 now. Alex Murphy in playing D-line for Pleasant Grove right now. So here come the Wildcats. Hohenberger under center.
Handoff right up the middle, met by a flock of Hawks.
It's a handoff to number 22, Zacchaeus Jackson. Zacchaeus this season has 24 carries. He's got 246 yards. He's scored 1 touchdown so far. He's hoping to get a couple more in this game.
I'll tell you, looking at this screen here, and Torrey and Landon are just huge. Torrey's number 50. Landon's number 40 if I have to point them out to you.
Jackson in the backfield once again, along with, I believe it's Keyshawn Wallace maybe. Hohenberger keeps it up the right side. He is tackled by number 7 for Pleasant Grove, and number 7 is Gage Stivers.
Gage is having a really good statistical year. I think he's leading the team in sacks, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that's right, yeah. Well, the announcer here in the press box said Tamir Turner made first contact, and Gage Stivers wrapped it up in the end. Hohenberger drops back to pass. He's under all kinds of pressure. Taken down by Landon Jackson along with Cameron Weekly. I tell you, Cameron Weekly's a guy to watch this week. Last game, he got hurt in the first quarter, hurt his back. And if you go back and watch film, man, he was limping and crawling through the entire game, but he gutted it out and played all of it. So 4th down and 21 at the 14 for the Wildcats. Their punter is back in the end zone to receive the ball. Hawks come after it. Ball gets away. Checks up and goes out of bounds near the 41-yard line. So Pleasant Grove takes over on offense at the 41 with about 1 minute and 44 left in the first quarter.
If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, put in the comments where you're watching from. Send us pictures we like to see. We love being able to bring you all this coverage. Got an update. Queen City is up 12-0 in the first quarter. Their touchdown, first play.
Logan Johnson goes in motion right to left. They hand it off to Jalen Boardley, but he is met by a Wildcat. That is number 19. Number 19 for the Wildcats, Jalen Franklin.
Injury timeout.
So Wildcats shaking up on the play right now. We got an injury timeout on the field. Just so you viewers know, from our vantage point, we can't see who that player is, and we're not going to put a camera on him while they're working right now, just out of respect. But he's up, he's standing up, walking off the field right now.
Please give him a round of applause.
That was number 12 for the Wildcats, Jamarcus Savage. It's good to see him walking off the field under his own power. All right, so 2nd down and 5 at the 36. Logan Johnson in motion, handoff to Nick Martin. Goes outside, comes back inside. He's brought down by several Wildcats.
Number 6, Nick Martin on carry.
Saw number 29, Jaden Fuller, in on that play for Paris.
Jaden Fuller with the tackle for the Wildcats. Another first down for the Hawks at the Wildcats.
That's another first down. Takes the ball to the 28-yard line. Trenton Kelly coming in, number 33. He was pulled up from JV last week. Logan Johnson in motion. Handoff to Hayden Kohler. Slips around the right side. He's tackled by number 18, Lane Atwood. Gain of about 7, 2nd down and 3.
Great run, great tackle.
2nd and 3 to 21.
Ten seconds left in the first quarter. Johnson in motion, handoff to Nick Martin. Battles up the right side, takes 2 or 3 Wildcats to bring him down. And that's the end of your first quarter. The score, Pleasant Grove Hawks 7, Paris Wildcats 0. We will flip ends of the field.
15-yard line, that's going to do it for the first quarter play. The score, Pleasant Grove 7, Paris 0.
Again, if you're watching us on the live stream, if you're on YouTube, be sure that you subscribe to Texarkana Game Day. It'll make it easier for you when you go to find it each week. If you're watching on Facebook, they love it when you leave some comments along the side of the broadcast there. They can see what you're doing and what you're watching and what's meaningful to you.
They are priced at $15 each. Label cat gators are priced at $15 each. Again, go down and get your one.
Field to begin. Hawks take the field to begin the second quarter. They're at about the 16-yard line according to the scoreboard. 1st and 10.
1st and 10, Hawks.
Woodside hands off to Nick Martin up the middle.
I tell you, Paris's defense is really good. You know, I know Pleasant Grove is moving the ball right now, but they're playing really tough defense.
Yeah, their coach said in an interview that last week, that overtime game, the defense is what kept them in it the entire time. That tackle on that play was made by 59, Jaden Hay, senior outside linebacker. Give to Logan Johnson. He's trying to find room around the left side. He's cut low by number 2, KD Washington, for the Wildcats.
I like the way Logan runs with the football, man. He's one of my favorite players in the area.
Yeah, Logan's kind of changed his game this year a little bit. He's usually just been a speed back and didn't like contact. This year he's trying to add a little lower in his head and a little muscle behind it. He put in the work to add some muscle on his frame. Now he's trying to use it. Hawks have it 1st and goal, 5-yard line. They're going to have to hurry. Play clock's getting low. 4, 3.
Pitch out to Boardley.
Boardley takes it around the right side. He brings it inside the 5-yard line. He had a good block out there. I believe it was Hayden Kohler that sealed off the edge for him.
Back by 23, Dalen Johnson.
Tackle was made on that play by number 23, Dalen Johnson, for the Wildcats. Woodside hands off to Boardley up the middle.
Looks like he is just short of the goal line. Boardley's calling to come out. From that injured hand.
Looks like he was holding that hand again.
Hayden Kohler's coming in. We apologize about the shaky camera. We had no choice but to put one in the stands tonight. And every time somebody walks up there, it does shake a little bit.
3rd down and 1 on the 1-yard line.
Have a feeling Nick Martin's getting this one. Oh, he slipped.
Are they calling it a touchdown? I guess not. The fans were cheering real loud all of a sudden. I thought maybe they called it a score, but I guess not. 4th and goal for the Hawks.
You know they're going for it.
Like we're trading out a lot of offensive linemen right now. He's going to call a timeout. Timeout, Pleasant Grove.
Timeout, Pleasant Grove.
Looked like they might have had a little bit of confusion there. They were running guys on and off the field.
Introduce our 2020 Paris High School varsity cheerleaders. Ella Ryan Harper, Ava Hutchins, Sophia Hayward, Cameron Powell, Sophie Stone, Janara Jefferson, Elise Napier.
Scoring update, Atlanta is up on number 5 Gilmer right now, 14-9. Pewett's down to Mount Vernon, 14-7. Dangerfield's up on Sabine, 8-7. Queen City's up 12-0 on Quitman. And Liberty Ilo's up 6-0 on Jefferson. We'll be bringing you other area scores here shortly.
It doesn't matter who Atlanta's playing. Atlanta's always strong. They're always fast. They're well coached. They're well disciplined. They give everybody a good game. All right, so we're a 4th and goal for the Hawks right now. 8 minutes, 48 seconds left in the half. I wouldn't be surprised to see a sneak right here. And there
That's what it is. You called it.
Jalen Woodside's on the keeper. Touchdown Hawks.
I really like this Jalen Woodside kid a lot.
Yeah, Woodside put in the off-season work. He went to Shreveport on the weekends and worked with a quarterback coach down there in a camp. So he has definitely put in the work. Enrique Rios' point after is good. 8 minutes and 45 seconds left in the first half. Score is Pleasant Grove 14, Paris Wildcats 0.
Here comes your Texar replay. That's what it is. You called it.
Jalen Woodside's on the keeper. Touchdown Hawks.
I really like this Jalen Woodside.
Alex Murphy's a fun kid to watch. He's just a ball of energy. He's always hype, always jumping around, always encouraging everybody else.
I like Alex Murphy a lot. He came to Walk-Ons last night. We're normally at Walk-Ons every Thursday, do a show there. He was one of our guests last night. Just really good young man, going to do great things in life, great things on the football field right now. But.
And number 13, D.K. Robinson, deep from Paris.
Back deep to receive for Paris Wildcats is number 2, K.D. Washington, along with 13, DeCarrion Robinson. The kickoff's taken by Rashad Wilson. And he is met
by Davian Stewart. Shout out. Great play.
Davian's a guy that the Hawks have big hopes for. He's gotten to carry the ball a little bit this year. He's playing defense as well, done a good job on both sides. Wildcats come to the line of scrimmage. We've got Zacchaeus Johnson in the backfield.
Very young land on that. Looked like Nick Martin had it.
Yeah, that handoff went to Jackson. I think they gave him a yard. 2nd and 9 at the 30.
Stop led by number 40, Landon Jackson for the Hawks. 2nd and 9.
Tackle for the Hawks was made by 40, Landon Jackson. Hohenberger comes under center. Man goes in motion left to right. Got a flag on the play. Signaling false start against the Wildcats. Wildcats break the huddle, 1 man high. It's a handoff to the inside. That was
Landon Jackson. Big time tackle. I wish I was showing this different angle from behind because, man, he body slammed that kid.
40, Landon Jackson on the stop for the Hawks. 3rd and 14 at the 25.
I'm not sure who carried the ball there for the Wildcats. Tackle was made by Landon Jackson.
Pitch left.
Toss out to number 21, Lyric Treadwell.
And off to number 24 and 21 for the Wildcats, Lyric Treadwell. Brought down by number 25 for the Hawks, Davion Stewart.
Tackle was made by 25, Davion Stewart.
Hohenberger back in front. Number 9, Quinn Bingham for the Hawks, deep receiver.
Hawks are going to start this drive on the 42-yard line.
So the Wildcats punt, ball's down at the 42. Pleasant Grove takes over. 1st and 10 with 6:52 left in the first half. We have 7 minutes left in the first half. We've only been playing for 30 minutes. Johnson went in motion right to left. They give it to Hayden Kohler. Kohler gets positive yards. He's brought down by 55, Devin Moten.
Kohler's getting a bunch of carries tonight.
Hayden Kohler on the carry.
Yeah, they said before the game with Bordley injured they were going to give Kohler more, and Kohler's a good player. He'll do a great job.
Gain of 2, second and 8 at the 44.
Alex Galvan running the play in. I think either team has attempted a pass tonight.
Kohler goes in motion. Fakes me out once again. I believe that was Logan.
It was Logan Johnson. You know, Pleasant Grove has 14 on the board, but Paris defense, really tough defense. On this inside running game, they're playing fire for sure.
I
think the Hawks are running some backup linemen in there. Not platooning them, but just one at a time, kind of keeping guys fresh. See Victor Shaw is in there right now, Chase McClure. Man in motion right to left. Handed off to Nick Martin. He's breaking tackles.
See a replay of that one from the producer.
Martin picks up the first down for Pleasant Grove.
Number 5, Ladanian Council with the stop.
Tackle was made by 5, Ladanian Council for the Wildcats. Nick has one guy spin off of him, pulled out of a tackle right there, broke 2, and took 3 other guys to get him down.
Trenton Kelly, number 33 on the carry.
Trenton Kelly carried the ball for the Hawks.
Ball's down at the 30.
Picks up positive yards, 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line. Hand off to Trenton Kelly again. He takes it up the middle.
And I'm telling you, it feels really, really good out here tonight. It is not hot at all.
Kelly picks up the first down.
Feels like October weather already.
Ball is down at the 25-yard line with 4 minutes, 8 seconds left in the first half. Woodside hands off to Trenton Kelly once again. That's 3 in a row for him. He's positive yards every time.
33 Trenton Kelly on the carry. Katie Washington, number 2, with the stop for the Wildcats. 2nd and 7 at the 21, gain of 3.
Hawks are taking their time, willing to let the clock run down. Woodside hands off to Logan Johnson. Logan running from deep in the backfield, not from the wing position that time.
Number 1, Johnson on the carry.
Third down and 2 at the 16-yard line.
55, Big Devin Morton. 3rd and 2 at the 16.
Hand off to Logan Johnson. Can't find holes, still finds a way to get positive yards, though.
Number 1, Johnson on the carry. Picks up another first for the Hawks. Tackled by 38, Jalen Gray.
Ball's placed down at the 12-yard line. We have a timeout on the field. I didn't see who called it.
Timeout, Paris.
Press box announcer here says it's Paris, timeout Paris. You see Coach Reeves there coaching up Jordan Stewart, senior offensive lineman. All the other players call Jordan, they call him Big Stewie. And Stewie's one of the nicest guys you will ever meet in your life. He'll hit you and knock you down, but a big smile on his face and help you right back up again. Woodside hands off to Logan Johnson. He barrels up the middle.
Johnson on the carry, tripped up by.
Got about 3, maybe. Second down and 7.
Second and 7 at the 9.
I believe that tackle was made by 32, Keyshawn Wallace.
I got to say, Quinn, I like the all-white unis.
I do too. Big fan.
Need to just rock those every week.
Got another timeout on the field. So we played most of the first 2 quarters pretty quickly. Now we're playing the last 2 minutes kind of like a basketball game.
That is a great way to describe that, Quinn.
Yeah, basketball.
Took me a second to comprehend that. That was great. That is how I would describe it.
Oh, the end of a basketball game goes forever.
Yeah. This first half has went by extremely quick.
Yeah.
I mean, 45 minutes, and probably not even that. I think they probably started late. And I can't even tell, we have, 151 left, and it's going to go quick. Not a single pass has been thrown.
And I don't think anybody minds that either.
Yeah, and Paris, it looks like they just keep running the ball right up the middle, trying not to get it outside. But I think it's a little odd being down 14 this early.
The Hawks come to the line once again. Second down and 7 with 1:51 left. Woodside under center. Johnson goes in motion, hands off to Nick Martin on the right side. He follows behind the big tackle, Jordan Stewart.
Flag on the play.
Positive yards, but there is a flag.
Nick Martin on the carry. Penalty marker down at the 5.
Bet we find a hold or a block in the back right here.
At halftime this evening, the Pleasant Grove Band will not be here. We do have a cut from last week we will play. We'll hear from a few of the game day guys on their thoughts before we do that. But we did take the recording. It looked like they're at Pleasant Grove Stadium, but it would be last week's performance.
I believe that penalty was a illegal chop block.
Foul indicated against Pleasant Grove.
It's going to make it third and a whole lot for the Hawks. 3rd and 23 now from the 25-yard line. So now we will see, does Coach Gibson decide to throw the ball for the first time or set up for a field goal?
Jalen Woodside out to
rolls
throw.
out.
Landon Jackson in for the touchdown. I'm never going to hear the end of this from Landon. 2 touchdowns.
That was one of
Last
those
2
plays I
games.
was talking about earlier where that wasn't on my screen. I saw him throw the ball and had no idea who caught it. Yeah, that's Landon's 2nd catch of the year and 2nd score. Do you guys have a replay of that? Because I'd like to see it.
Yeah, let's do that. Can you pull that? He's already working on it, looking down here.
Rios' kick extra point is good. 1 minute, 30 seconds left in the first half of play. Your score, Pleasant Grove 21, Paris.
He went out of frame from one of our cameras, so it's going to look a little weird, but let's see it when you're ready, Aaron. Here's your Texar instant replay. Woodside
rolls out.
Man, we didn't get it. Our bad. Landon Jackson.
Good job by
Jalen
Jalen rolling to his left and throwing. That's not an easy thing. I don't care who you are. So we've got a minute 30 left in the first half, and the score is Pleasant Grove 21, Paris 0.
Number 12, Rio set to kick off for the Hawks. Going back deep for the Wildcats, KD Washington, number 2, number 4, Rashard Wilson, and number 10, Bubba Gray.
KD Washington, Rashard Wilson, Bubba Gray back to receive for the Wildcats. The kickoff from Enrique Rios. That is Washington. Makes a good move. Ball
fumble
comes
on
loose.
the play.
Looks like the Wildcats got it back. I think Washington got his own fumble back.
Number 2, KD Washington on the return gets to the 30-yard line. First and 10, Paris on their own 30.
Couple of new Hawks on the defense. 30, Corbin Franklin is out there. 24, Amaje Carter. There's a handoff to number 11, Jacoby Dabbs. Didn't get very far. Second down for the Wildcats.
Number 11, Jacoby Dabbs on the carry. Brought down by number 50, Torrey Phillips.
Tackle was made by 50, Torrey Phillips.
Ball's loose, recovered by the Hawks.
That's Corbin Franklin. Corbin Franklin, number 30, picks it up for the Hawks, makes a good gain. Puts the Hawks inside the red zone with 41 seconds left in the first half. I believe that was Franklin's first appearance in this game tonight, so he got in there and made a play. Good job, young man. Here's Woodside drops back to pass. Oh, he throws an interception. That is number 14, Jermaine Williams, taking it down the sideline.
That was a great interception by him. One-handed grab. Landon Jackson on the tackle.
Intercepted by 14.
Coach Fuller is fired up right now.
We got 15 seconds left. Got Hohenberger under center, Jaquan Caldwell in the backfield along with KD Washington. Toss to Washington. Gets just enough of a block to keep going.
Can't believe we saw a run play right there.
is pushed out of bounds, run out of bounds by 30, Corbin Franklin, the young man that recovered a fumble just a moment ago. 11 seconds left in the first half. Second down 11 at the 34-yard line. It's a give to Washington once again. He's met in the backfield
by Tamir.
Tamir Turner along with Torrey Phillips. That's the end of the first half. The score, Pleasant Grove 21, Paris Wildcats 0.
Great first half for the Hawks.
It's kind of a mix, you would think, on what you want to do with your quarterback. You know, that don't want to work him, don't want to get him in a bad place if you don't need to.
Yeah.
He's thrown 2 passes, got 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Surprised that Paris hasn't tried to throw the ball at all.
That's the quickest first half of football.
Every day I come to school.
Black and gold is a state of mind.
I set my mind to be better than I was yesterday. I work harder.
Black and gold is a state of mind.
I ask more questions.
Black and gold is a state of mind.
And I challenge myself to learn more than I did the day before.
Black and gold is a state of mind.
My teachers help me grow so that I can excel. Black and gold is a state of mind. A way of doing things bigger, better, with more passion and more determination.
Black and gold is a state of mind.
Because we know that everything we do adds to Pleasant Grove's legacy of success. The more I push myself, the more I prepare myself for my future. We strive to be the best in the state in everything we do. We bring home the gold and set the standard for schools across Texas. Black and gold, it's a state of mind.
High school.
We are live here halftime from Wildcat Stadium. Pleasant Grove Hawks taking on the Paris Wildcats. What do y'all think about that first half? It's been pretty much just a run it down your throat first half for the Hawks.
It was actually what I expected. I feel like Paris line is undersized. And as the game go on, those linemen are going to be the hold up to those big boys.
It's not.
Me and Donnie called it before the game. We said Gibson is hardly going to throw the ball at all because of the difference in the size of the lines. And I could be wrong, but I think we threw the ball 2 times, once for a touchdown. We've been wearing that defense out, and you can tell they're getting tired. Pleasant Grove had the ball everything but like 2 minutes of the first quarter. That defense by fourth quarter is going to be just wore out.
Yeah, I had it that Pleasant Grove had the ball about 9 minutes and 58 seconds of the first quarter. They had it for about 2 minutes, 2 seconds. But like you said, I counted roughly 34 runs in the first half to 1 pass. I think they only threw the ball maybe 1 time the whole first half.
I think we had an interception, didn't we?
Yeah,
and a touchdown. Had an interception, so 2 times. And, man, we've been, for Paris, they've been hitting hard.
Yeah.
But we've been 5-yarding them, 3-yarding them, 5-yarding them. And I think that first drive had to be 15, 16 plays, and that's rough to start out a game.
And in a game like this, it's hard to come back because Pleasant Grove is being so dominant on the offensive line, so it's hard to get that time of possession back. Paris would have to open up the offense and throw a lot more to try to get some quick scores. If not, and they continue along this route where they're taking 8-9 minutes to drive off the clock, it's going to be impossible for them to come back.
And even for Pleasant Grove, with all the running plays they have done, eventually those guys are going to get caught in the backfield, so it's going to open up the passing game.
Landon got him the easiest touchdown ever. They ran that little play action pass, and Landon was wide open close to the end zone. So.
What do you think about, like we were talking about before the game, the size difference in the offensive line and defensive line compared to what they faced last week against Argyle?
With my personal opinion, when you face a team such as Argyle and they had the size they had, all they did was benefit Pleasant Grove because they pretty much battled the whole game against some bigger guys. So when you face some guys that's a substantial size smaller than you, it makes it a little bit easier. I think they're doing a good job out there.
This game ain't going to do nothing but get worse. The only thing that's going to stop us from scoring is if Josh Gibson pulls back. That's the only way. If he don't pull back, we're going to put up 50 points.
It's just going to be a tough comeback if you can't stop Pleasant Grove from running the ball to force them to punt in order to get the ball back.
But with the attempts they did try to throw it, the quarterback really didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
So it's going to make it even harder.
Oh, yeah. The one pass I saw, he couldn't have threw a screen.
No.
And I think he got hit by all 4 linemen.
So it's 21-0 right now. You had Logan Johnson with the first touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Jalen Woodside with the short plunge in, and then Landon Jackson with his second touchdown of the year on a receiving pass from the tight end position.
Landon could be some fans don't necessarily like to see him, playing tight end, but when you have a 6'6" body, it's kind of hard to keep him on the sideline.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, he's in a lot better shape than he was the first game.
Let's take a quick look at some of the area games. We'll scroll through. You got James Bowie 22-0 over Overton in the second quarter.
Good for them.
Yeah, that's a good win.
Absolutely.
Well, on the way to a good win right now. Here's a shocker right here. You got Melissa up 22-3 over number 3 Pottsboro.
Wow.
Mm.
Melissa usually has a pretty good team, though. Maybe not this year. I don't know. I haven't kept up with them this year.
We didn't really talk about it in the beginning of the show, but that's just one that caught my eye. Let's see what else we have on here. You have Mount Vernon up 28-7 over number 3 Hewitt.
I think me and Donnie called that.
Yeah.
Did you call that, Craig?
Yeah, I called Mount Vernon on that. Not to knock Hewitt, but Mount Vernon's a good team and they're rolling.
And they are great coach.
Yeah, they got a good coach.
They're great, yeah.
Here's one right here that I'm hoping the score changes a little bit. You got 15-15, Redwater and Edgewood.
Oh, it's a close one.
So I think Edgewood is looking for their first win on the season. You've got Ore City 21-14 over Big Sandy.
Okay, good.
Queen City continuing their streak so far.
And that game ain't even close. It was like
26-13
26-13
in the second quarter. You've got Harmony pitching a shutout against New Diana 30-0.
That's where my dad played, by the way, Craig, about 100 years ago.
Here's one that Morgan called right here. You've got Dangerfield, number 16, 16-7 over Sabine. And he called that. I think we all pretty much figured that. Let's see what else.
Spring Hill was up last time I checked.
Yeah, they were up.
21-14 last time I looked.
You've got Gilmer 24-14 over Atlanta. It's a pretty close game.
Well, Atlanta's a good team. I mean, they've had some close. They've played good teams.
Oh, I'd love to see them pull it out.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit of a Gilmer guy, but I'll go for both. It's hard for me because I know a lot of the Atlanta kids too. So
see, all the games that Atlanta done played, thus far, are just going to benefit them more when districts start.
You've got Liberty Ilo leading Jefferson 14-7. That's got to be good for those guys.
I hope they keep that up.
Wish I had more information on that game. Argyle 21-14 over Salina.
That's a close game.
It is.
Because Salina didn't play very well last week.
Huh?
Salina didn't play very well last week.
They played Paris.
Yeah. They're staying with Argyle.
And actually, I'm surprised. I'm surprised on that.
They did have them ranked 3, though, didn't they?
I have no idea.
Something like that.
Started out with James Bowie. Let's see what else. Just scrolling through right here, you got Community 14, Spring Hill 27.
Do you have the score of the foul game?
DeKalb's up 21-0 against Linden Kildare. So they're running away with that game.
I don't have the foul scores at the moment.
Gladewater's up 14-7 on Center.
Center's a really good team.
Yeah, they're not bad. And, actually another postponed game, too. Pittsburgh and Tatum got postponed.
It must be weather, I'm guessing.
I don't know.
It got to be.
Kilgore's up on Alvarado 14-0.
I think we're about to.
And Winsboro is postponed also.
Hillsboro,
East Springs is postponed.
So while we wait, who's having a good night? that you guys think as far as coming out performing and putting it all on the line out there?
Man, on defense, the big guy up the middle, 74, Cameron Weekly. He was clogging up that hole.
He was hurt last week quite a bit, down on a few plays. Glad to see him back out here.
I said him and Landon shared that one sack. I don't know who got back there first, but big man got back there. Because Landon had a pretty good game on defense side of the ball.
On the offensive side, I don't think you can pick anybody. I mean, they've split the carries about evenly, and everybody's done pretty close to the same. I mean, the little freshman kid and Logan, I mean, they're pretty even.
I'm drawing a blank on his name. Number 4, the running back.
Hayden Kohler.
Kohler. He's having a good game.
And he's finished off some runs.
Really physical.
Yeah.
I saw him put his head down on one of the runs, and anytime you can get that defender to go backwards, that's always good.
And he's not a real big kid. I mean, he came over the top a while ago and knocked 2 linebackers, knocked them backwards. It was fun to watch.
So what do you look for the Hawks to come out and do the second half? Just more of the same?
Man, more of the same. I don't know if Gibson want to change the foam level because it's working. Now, I would like to see the ball in the air some more. If he's going to do it, I don't know, because the running game is working. So
they're just going to keep running it down their throat. It's going to be very vanilla. They're just going to run the clock, finish the game.
Shout out to Corbin Franklin. We got him a fumble, picked it up. He was trying to take it to the house right before half. So good job by Corbin Franklin on the fumble recovery. But like you guys say, I think it's going to be a lot more running, slow pace, run the clock down the second half, and just to try to secure that win and get out of here with no injuries.
No doubt. That's when you develop a lead. That's the one thing you want to do. Make sure you win the game and get out. Lead the game healthy.
Was that not one of the fastest first halves you've been to?
It was quick.
It was real.
That's what happens when you constantly running the ball.
Got the Paris Wildcat band playing in the background. We're going to scroll through these scores one more time just to see if any of them have changed or updated. We've got Hugh Springs and Winsboro. That game is postponed. We're not sure why that game's postponed. But Tony, if you see any games, just mention them.
Queen City still up 26-13. New Diana is getting beat down pretty good by Harmony, 30-0. Community's losing to Spring Hill 34-14. Kilgore's up 21-0 on Alvarado.
Shout out to James Bowie, 22-0 over Overton Mustangs. That's good.
I like to see that. Pittsburgh and Tatum was postponed for whatever reason. Jefferson just tied it up against Liberty Ilo.
You got Harlton 19-6 over Rivercrest.
And
there's Clarksville. Did you mention Clarksville?
No, I didn't. I don't have them on my
Clarksville
list.
Tigers 12, Tom Bean, Tomcats 6.
Well, Atlanta's giving Gilmer a little bit of a game, 31-20.
31-20?
31-20.
Looks like Edgewood has taken the lead over the Redwater Dragons 21-15 with 29 seconds remaining in the second quarter right before halftime.
Dangerfield Tigers finally starting to put up some points for the first time this season, 28-7. And Mount Vernon 28-7 still on Paul Pewitt. And DeKalb 21-0. Still playing great football.
And as we mentioned earlier, just a great night weather-wise for football. Nice, not too hot, but not too cool, but just perfect weather for
Guys,
football.
I like this a lot better than 2 weeks ago.
No doubt.
That was hot. I can take this all day long.
The Paris Wildcat Blue Blazers Band. Wildcats of the week this week are Carter Benson, Bailey Brown.
Well, I guess we'll throw it, take a quick commercial break.
Under the field direction of Nicole T. Arena.
We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
For your enjoyment, the Wildcat Blue Blazers Band.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, We also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
A strong work ethic, takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
All right, we're back here at Wilcats Stadium, Texarkana Game Day. I'm joined with Dunny Kelly, Tony Langford. We're going to do a quick rundown again of the scores. Tony, you want to help look through some of the scores? Give them one last update.
Again, Hugh Springs, Winsboro's postponed. Queen City up 26-13 on Quitman. Harmony is whooping up on New Diana 30-0. Spring Hill's putting it on Community pretty good, 34-14. Kilgore's up 21-0 on Alvarado. Vicksburg and Tatum is also postponed for whatever reason. Liberty, Ilo, and Jefferson are at halftime, 14-all. We're kind of pulling for LE to pull that one out. My Gilmer Buckeyes are up 31-20 on Atlanta. Gladewater's up 20-14 on Center. It's a good game. DeKalb is up 21-0 on Linden Kildare, and Paul Pewitt is down to Mount Vernon 28-7. All I can say is Mount Vernon is going to be ranked after this week. And Dangerfield's up 28-7 on Sabine.
You guys got anything before we throw it over to Aaron? And it's going to be Pleasant Grove Hawks halftime show from last week. With COVID and everything, they're not bringing cheerleaders and band and stuff like that, so we're just going to replay their performance from last week. So you got anything before we head to that?
No, man. I just, hope to see everybody back, leave off the field healthy, so we can roll on to next week.
Yeah,
what about you, Tony?
We're fixing to be 2-1 and go home with a happy ride home. So look forward to next week too. So.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for the halftime show right here. We're going to throw it to the ladies showstoppers, Pleasant Grove cheerleaders, for the halftime show.
Another great performance by our showstoppers. And to think that they did that with wearing a mask. Tonight the band will have 65 kids on the field, and they've got 75 actually on the band roster.
Welcome to the field, the Pride in Motion, the award-winning Pleasant Grove High School Marching Band.
Typically during the school year we're going to have UIO marching in October, but they've actually pushed that back to November 17th this year. And Area and State have actually been pushed back to December. Pleasant Grove is looking at hosting their second annual PG Marching Invitational on the 17th of October, with all COVID rules being in place as far as wearing a mask and social distancing, and looking forward to the band putting together
two selections of the 2020 program, Spirit of the Radio.
That competition for all the local bands.
Performed the Spirit of Radio by Rush and Turn Up the Radio by Autograph. The band is under the student leadership of drum majors Kaylee Burnside and Isaac Newman. Color guard captains Autumn Wakefield and Lily Wood. Drum captains Dylan Underwood and Julia LeVay. And band captains Isaac Taylor, Tia Jameson, and Jesse Vanderhoven. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the Pride in Motion Band. with the Pleasant Grove fight song.
We're back about 3.5 minutes till the start of the second half. It's been all Pleasant Grove so far, 21-0. There's been a stable of running backs tonight. I mean, I hadn't been keeping up, but probably 6 players that have carried the football.
Probably somewhere in that number. I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if you include the quarterback.
What are your thoughts on that first half? I mean, it looked like, is PG just not showing a lot right now?
This time of year, traditionally, Gibson plays pretty generic football. Doesn't show a whole lot of extra stuff. He saves it until he really needs it, really matters. I think he's trying to get some guys some reps. I think he's trying to get some guys in better shape. And I think we'll see a lot of young guys in the second half.
That makes a lot of sense. I didn't really know Coach Gibson that well during last season, but how he played KJ Hicks and Nick right there, he waited till playoffs started, and then it was just a ton of it.
Yeah, last year there was a play that they called the swinging gate, where we would come off the sideline and run out in a weird-looking formation, and it was a run play. And they practiced it every single practice all year long and never ran it until they got in the playoffs. And so that's not unusual for how Gibson does. Yeah, the Paris defense, I think they've done a decent job. You can tell they're winded, the hands on their hips going into halftime and all that. They were on the field a long, long time, but fought, keep battling, and I can hear the coaches hollering from the sideline, so they're still coaching hard. They know their season's not over after this game and still want to get better. I read on a forum board earlier this week, and you know how those things are. Most of it's not true and doesn't make any sense, but I read on one that said expect Paris to go back to their spread offense that they used to run by about mid-season. I think that'd be interesting to see if that actually happens or not.
The trio is back deep again for Wildcats, 2, 4, and
all right, so we've got Wildcats back to receive the kickoff. The same guys we've seen previously: KD Washington, Rashard Wilson, and I believe it's Bubba Gray is the third one. That's correct, number 10, Bubba.
That's a great pooch kick there. Enrique Rios.
All right, so Hawks begin this possession. Correction, excuse me. The Wildcats begin this possession. I'll get that right. Looks like it's spotted near the 36-yard line. First down.
We apologize about the glitching. We have to kind of make do with what we got on internet, and that's what's causing that.
Hawks look like they have most of their starting defense still in. That's a toss to the outside to 11, Jacavius Dabbs. No gain on the play. There is a flag. Out there like that, might find a face mask.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle.
Horse collar.
Defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
I didn't see who made the horse collar, but it's against the Hawks. Automatic first down for Paris. Fakes the toss, hands it to number 6, Jataeus Young. He's met in the backfield by Landon Jackson. I think Tamir Turner got in on that one as well.
Spots the ball at the 47-yard line. Second and 15.
Loss of yards for the Wildcats. Second and 15, about the 49-yard line. That's a give to number 22, Zacchaeus Jackson. No gain on that play. I don't believe. He was tackled by Amaje Carter, number 24 for the Hawks.
22, Jackson on the carry. Number 40 leaving the stop for the Hawks, Landon Jackson.
It was Amaje Carter along with Landon Jackson. Third down.
Woo, right. Is that Cameron Weekly right there?
Caldwell, he's met in the hole.
Cameron Weekly, shout out.
By Big Cam.
Net up front by number 74, Cameron Weekly for the Hawks. 4th and 13 for Paris.
Cam is a guy that's a great player. If he just had a couple more inches of height, he'd have lots of guys, lots of schools looking at him. He's got some D2 offers. D1's just want a little more height out of a nose. Quinn Bingham back to receive the punt, calls for the fair catch and makes it. Looks like they're going to spot it near the 20, on the 20. Got 10 minutes and 7 seconds left in the third quarter right now. Hawks have the ball at the 20-yard line. Looks like all the starters, let's call it the two deep, all the two deep still in for the Grove. Trenton Kelly in the backfield. Logan Johnson goes in motion. It's a toss sweep to Johnson on the right side. Squirts through the hole there, picks up good positive yards.
I tell you, Logan, he looks like he can't get going full speed. Paris is doing a good job at least getting people on the ground to slow him down. I hadn't seen him just take off on a full run yet.
Yeah, typically what Logan does is he's kind of probably at half to three quarters as he's trying to find the edge. And then once he finds a hole, then he's got another gear. But he hadn't really had a great hole to get through tonight. 2nd down and 4 at the 26. Woodside gives it to Kohler. Good gain up the right side. Tackle made by 52, Trentarius Tenen. It's a first down for the Grove. 1st and 10 at the 31.
Dr. Matt Young with another Hawk. First down.
Woodside gives to Trenton Kelly. Tries to go up the middle, nothing there. Squirts it out to the right a little bit.
33, Trenton Kelly on the carry.
Well, you're a pro, Quinn.
Say again?
Everybody over here's laughing at your comment right there.
Squirts it out to the right.
Oh, man.
Yeah, be nice.
Hey, I need you to record us some of this pregame material you use at home games. Are those pre-recorded or are you doing those live in the booth?
I'm doing them live in the booth.
Man, they're great.
I usually write them somewhere during the week. Sometimes there's more than one version written until I decide which one I like. And I tell everybody they may not be good, but they'll be loud.
Hey, they are good and loud.
Hayden Kohler up the right side. Believe that tackle was made by 18, Lane Atwood. Another first down for the Grove. Ball's placed down at the 34-yard line.
Correction, 41 of Paris. 1st and 10.
Correction on that spot. Was looking at the scoreboard here in the stadium, and it has ball at the 34, but it looks like it's the 41. Handoff to Jalen Bordley. Breaks a couple of tackles, keeps grinding up the left side. Good game for Bordley. He hadn't played quite as much tonight as he has the previous two games. He's got an injury, but they're still trying to keep him involved.
Number 10, Bo Gray on the tackle.
That tackle was made by Bubba Gray for the Wildcats.
2nd and 2.
2nd down and 2. Got a new offensive lineman in for the Hawks. 58, Tyler Foreman is in the game. Always want to call the names of guys that are getting some playing time, especially when they're linemen. You never get their names enough. Hand off to Nick Martin. A little shake and bake. Jumps over the pile. Might have got a couple yards there.
Number 6, Martin.
Jordan Stewart up slow.
52-10 with the stop.
Scoreboard says 1st down. Ball at the 48.
1st and 10 at the 48 from Pleasant Grove.
Gage Stivers comes in on offense. We don't see him there a lot.
I don't know if I've ever seen him play an offensive snap. When are they going to let Alex Murphy run the football?
Stivers at the wing. Pass. Nobody there. Jalen takes the ball, takes off. Little juke. Still rolling upfield.
Shout out to my man Jalen Woodside.
That's a good decision by a young quarterback. Tackles made by 38, Jalen Gray.
Late flag on the play.
Got a little extracurricular going on.
Looks like I believe this one's going to be on Paris. It's your Texar instant replay. It is unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense.
That's just frustration.
We're going to have to get a slip and slide and teach Jalen how to slide from now on.
He's watched too much Ben Harmon.
That's a great statement right there.
You couldn't have talked Ben into sliding for anything. They actually asked him to several times. There wasn't a chance that was happening. It's one of the things you loved about Ben, but it scared you all the time as well.
Logan Johnson, left side. Flag on the play.
Hold the cutback, number 1, Logan Johnson. Tackled by 32, Keyshawn Wallace. Flag at the 15. Holding indicated against Pleasant Grove.
Calls holding against Pleasant Grove.
On the offense, 10-yard penalty, replay, 1st down. A 2nd spot.
Old saying is in high school football, you can find holding pretty much every play for any team playing.
This is true.
Most of the time you think when there's a holding call made, it's really blatant or it actually affected the play. It's going on everywhere. Alex Galvan at receiver, top of the formation. Johnson goes in motion right to left. Woodside's rolling out. He's under pressure. Dumps it down. I think that was Hayden Kohler.
Hayden is getting a bunch of touches and a bunch of looks tonight.
Woodside's pass intended for number 4, incomplete. Hayden Kohler.
Pass falls incomplete. It brings up, I believe it's 2nd down. 2nd down and 16 at the 25, according to the stadium scoreboard. 5:53 left in the 3rd quarter. This ball is going to go to Nick Martin. Nope. Went to Logan Johnson. Johnson's driving up the middle. Picks up positive yards. It takes 4 blue jerseys to bring him down.
Tackled by 57, Sykes for the Wildcats.
That's Chandler Sykes for the Wildcats leading the charge on that tackle. 3rd and 8 to 18.
Lennon Jackson coming on the field. Zach Hughes coming off. It's like Quinn Bingham's going to run the play in. 3rd and 8. What do you think? Run or pass here?
I think he'll run it. Or maybe he'll call a timeout.
We were both wrong.
Timeout, Hawks.
I think adding crowd sound was definitely a plus. We learned from the Nashville game. We're learning as we go, guys. Somebody in the comments said this is turning into LSU versus Arkansas.
Hey, I'm an LSU fan. I love it.
That is funny.
I can't wait to see Landon play for LSU.
Man,
I'm super excited.
I've never been
about
to
that.
a game in LSU Stadium. I'm excited about going. I'm excited about going and watching Marcus play at A&M. Clayton Smith over at Texas Side, Oklahoma. Hopefully Nick will stay somewhere close enough that we can go watch him play on Saturday.
You know, all those teams, the big colleges like that, everybody talks about who has the best pregame stuff. And the reality is if you're going to an SEC game, it's a fun environment. It doesn't matter which stadium you're going to. Hand off to Nick Martin, breaks up the right side. He's got some room. Nick Martin in for the touchdown.
Shout out Nick. Hit stick Martin. Nick's limping a little bit right now.
Enrique Rios lines up for the point after. Quinn Bingham down to hold. I believe it's Jackson Cartwright, the deep snapper. Say the position I never wanted to play in football is the holder for the field goals and extra points. That's just a lot of pressure.
Rios' extra point attempt is good. 5 minutes and 1 second left in the third quarter. Play your score.
All right, so we've got 5 minutes left in the third quarter of this ball game. The score is Pleasant Grove 28, Paris 0. You know, the fans want to begin to see some younger guys get some time, get some reps, and but I know that Coach Gibson wants to get everybody in a little bit better game shape with all the conditioning work that got lost because of COVID. So I think you'll see some subs, but I don't necessarily think you'll see platoons of them right now. It'll be individuals here and there. From our vantage point, it's hard to see who's back for the Wildcats. I can see number 4, Rashad Wilson.
Well, it's definitely going to be a pooch kick. It ain't making it down here to the end zone.
There is the pooch.
My man Craig Jenkins on the camera right there getting a great shot.
Number 2, KD Washington gets the kickoff. He doesn't call a fair catch. He receives it and runs. Brings the ball up near the 35-yard line for the Wildcats to take over.
Stop made by number 24 for the Hawks, Amaje Carter.
Majay Carter on the tackle for the Hawks.
First and 10 Paris.
Looks like most of the 2 deep is still in for the defense. Not all starters, but the 2 deep is there. Timeout, Pleasant Grove. That's their second timeout of the second half. Hawks have Amaje Carter in on D right now. Davion Stewart. A couple of guys getting a shot.
Shout out to the athletic trainers, sponsored by Texarkana Emergency Center. They were here before we were. You know, we get here early.
58, Tyler Foreman is in on the D-line. Katie Washington in the backfield along with Zacchaeus Jackson. Washington bobbles the ball but keeps it, takes it around the right side, gets positive yards. We got some pushing and shoving going on, a little extracurricular.
Close to the 40. Run out by number 24, Margie Carter.
Washington picks up about 5. It's 2nd down and 5 near the 39-yard line. Ryan Evans running the play for the Wildcats. Hohenberger under center. Man in motion. Give to
Nick
Jackson.
Martin, hit stick.
Jackson doesn't go anywhere. Nick hit stick. Martin takes him down. Loss on the play. Nick's had a good game tonight on both sides of the ball. Of course, he always does.
It's 3rd and 5 at the 39.
3rd down and 5 at the 39-yard line for the Wildcats. Teus Young comes in, runs back out. We'll have Katie Washington along with Zacchaeus Jackson in the backfield. Timeout, Paris. So after the first half going by so fast, the second half, the third quarter right now, kind of slow motion going along. Both teams calling timeouts, everything going a little bit slower. Part of that might be that they're running new guys in, trying to get guys reps, and they need to make sure they know what's going on. Here's a Texar instant replay. Washington bobbles the ball there, but picks it back up. Nick Martin just misses him. He makes positive yards around the right side for the Wildcats. Washington and Jackson in the backfield. Give it to Jackson. He's breaking free around the left side. He's got some room.
And off to number 22.
That's a good gain for the Wildcats.
Crossing midfield into home territory, 1st and 10 Wildcats.
Takes the ball across midfield. 1st down for the Wildcats.
They'll do first half stats.
Jackson takes the toss to the right side. Might have gained a yard or two. Hard to tell from our camera angle here.
And 1 gets to the 36-yard line, 2nd down.
They say he got 1, puts the ball at the 36-yard line, 2nd down. Washington gets the ball this time. He is met in the backfield. There's a loss on the play. Two minutes, 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Jackson gets a little toss. He's met. His Mills gonna field.
Gage Simers,
we got
big
a little
time here.
extracurricular going on. Flag on the play.
Jackson on the carry, penalty marker at the 45.
I can see the entire camera angle. I have 5 different cameras sitting here looking at me. That guy was playing way after the play and Landon threw him off of him. They're probably going to call it on Landon, but
Yep, usually the second guy gets it.
Yeah.
Here's your Texar instant replay.
After play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, he probably got that because he grabbed the face mask. First and 10 for the Wildcats at the 21. Paris knocking on the door right here, just about to get into the red zone. Drops back to pass for Hohenberger. He's under some pressure, rolls out to his right, looking downfield.
What are they doing? He's going to give him the touchdown.
Touchdown Wildcats. That's Jataeus Young, number 6 on the reception. Good catch by that young man. Had to go down low to get it. Paris kicker number 45, Luis Ibarra, comes out for the extra point. Ibarra's point after is good. So 2 minutes, 14 seconds left in the third quarter. Score Pleasant Grove 28, Paris 7.
Left in the third quarter play. Your score, Pleasant Grove 28, Paris 7.
One of the fun things to watch in a game like this for Pleasant Grove would be Coach Fuller. Coach Fuller wants a shutout every game, so it doesn't matter to him who's on the field, what the score is. He wants the goose egg. So will Paris go ahead and kick it off, or will they try to get an onside just to get a little more momentum?
I'd definitely kick an onside kick right here. Logan's back there wanting the ball, but I have news for him. It ain't coming.
Logan Johnson is deep along with Corbin Shine and Nick Martin. I would expect it to be either an onside or a pooch. Kicker's lining up like he's going to boot it, though. There it is.
He did kick it deep.
Logan and Nick kind of trying to decide who wants it. Logan's got it.
Man, I've not seen Logan get a full head of steam all game. He's just been having a tiptoe.
Number 6, Mark on the return.
Logan Johnson brings the ball to the 15-yard line. That was one of those baseball outfielder moments. I got it, you take it.
First and 10 for the Hawks on their own 12. Correction, 17-yard line.
Looks like the starters and the 2 deep still in for the Pleasant Grove offense. Ball's at the 17-yard line, first and 10. Woodside hands off to Nick Martin. He's met in the hole.
Number 6, Martin on the carry.
I can tell that might have been number 2.
By 55, you got it. The speed limit, big Devin Moulton.
He's met first by 55, Devin Moten, along with number 2, KD Washington.
Just saw Nick Martin's MVP sticker on the back of his helmet. Shout out. We give an offense and defensive MVP sticker each week. Nick was our defensive MVP first game of the week this season.
Nick got 2 yards in that play, 2nd and 8. Hand off to Logan Johnson. He's got a little
Logan's
room.
finally got some speed. Look what happens.
He's going to run downfield.
Logan Wendy Johnson.
Logan's still battling.
Woo! Let's get a replay real quick. He's working on it. He's working on it.
First and 10 for the Hawks.
Logan takes the ball down to the 38-yard line. It's first and 10. Here's your Texar instant replay. Some good blocking there for Logan.
Now, if we were up high at Pleasant Grove Stadium, we wouldn't have had to switch camera angles, just so y'all know. Ball's on the ground. Paris says they have it.
Logan Johnson on the carry, does fumble. Paris recovers. Hawks still in good shape here, but you want to finish well.
First and 10 for the Wildcats on their own 37-yard line.
Wildcats will have Jackson and Washington in the backfield. Hohenberger under center. That's Washington trying to go out the right side. Not much there for him.
Washington is pretty shifty right there. He juked Nick Martin out a little bit. I hadn't seen too many people do that.
Loss of 2 on that play. 2nd and 12 at the 35.
I want to give a shout out to our cameramen tonight. We have Bobby Neild, on the camera Craig Jenkins, Donovan, and my man Nick Reed, former Pleasant Grove Hawk. Producer Aaron Whitehead. Of course, you have your game day crew as normal. Appreciate you guys watching. All right, I forgot somebody. I forgot to say Frank Sides, too. My bad. He turned around and looked at me like, what was that about?
We got a timeout. Timeout, Paris. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. The first 2 games that we've covered, we were able to give you halftime stats and kind of keep you abreast of things. We don't have that going on tonight. Our stat man is at a special occasion, watching his daughter get married.
I think she was getting married in New York City. And
she actually got married last weekend officially.
That's right, yeah.
And then they had a family get together this weekend to celebrate that. So that's Jay Davis. We miss you, Jay. Got a different back in the backfield for the Wildcats now. Number 21, Lyric Treadwell, is in there along with Zykeus Jackson. Hohenberger drops back to pass. He's under pressure, trying to get away.
Big time sack, Cameron Weekly.
Cam Weekly makes the play for the Hawks.
Hohenberger dropped in the backfield by 74, Cameron Weekly of the Hawks.
Cam was a guy that was injured in last week's game against Argyle. Spent most of the game injured. So it's good to see him come back and have a strong one this time.
Absolutely.
That's the end of the third quarter. Your score is Pleasant Grove 28, Paris 7. Here's a Texar instant replay of that sack.
Does an outstanding job at each home game as well as away games.
Give a shout out to Craig Jenkins getting that shot right there.
Wilson, Connor Avery, Mason Napier, Hayden Bush, Teddy Hubbard, Damian Aguilar, Elliot Baskin, Ezekiel Hubbard, Corbin Vaughn, Braylon Schrager, Jock Holt,
We're supposed to make sure we recognize tonight when the Hawks score, our flag runners that go across the end zone carrying these big banner flags are some of our showstoppers. The showstoppers don't get to come dance at the away games, and so some of them have volunteered to be flag runners just so they get to be here. So appreciate you young ladies.
Showstoppers are a huge deal. My little girl loves the showstoppers, loves the cheerleaders, loves everything about Friday Night Football.
Treadwell and Jackson in the backfield. Little toss to the left to Jackson. Excuse me, that's not correct. Let's see.
Recovered by 59.
I think it did. I think he went to Treadwell and he fumbled, and then 59, Jaden Hay got it.
Ball's on the 22-yard line. 4th down for the Wildcats.
4th down, 25 according to the scoreboard. Ball's at the 22-yard line. Hohenberger's the punter. Angles it for the sideline.
Hohenberger's punt goes out at the 39-yard line where the Hawks will take over first and 10.
Ball goes out at the 39-yard line. The Hawks will take over there.
See some local scores here. Liberty Iowa up 28-14 heading into the fourth. Halftime, Gilmer's up 38-26 on Atlanta. DeKalb's up big, 28-0 on Linden Kildare. Pewitt down to Mount Vernon, 35-14. Dangerfield's up on Sabine, 28-7. Queen City at halftime, 34-13 up on Quitman. Maud's down to Beckville, 28-14. And Spring Hill's up big on Community, 41-14.
And off to Trenton Kelly. Trenton Kelly breaks the tackle. Kelly got about 6 on that play. Second down and 4 at the 45.
Number 10, Buck Gray on the tackle, balls at the 45-yard line. Second and 4, gain of 6.
There you see a good shot of 54, Victor Shaw. Victor's a guy that the coaches have big hopes for as an O-lineman. He's really athletic. I believe that was Kelly again. Kelly plows up the middle.
32, Keyshawn Wallace.
Gets a short gain, brings up 3rd and 2. Keyshawn Wallace on the tackle for Paris.
All right, Nick Martin, Logan Johnson not in. Who's getting the ball?
Logan's out there.
Is he out there? Yeah, it's Kelly time. Oh, we were wrong.
Hayden Kohler gets the toss to the outside. He breaks.
Look at him. Look at the moves.
Shaking and baking.
Hayden Kohler, number 4 on the carry.
Kohler picks up the first down for the Hawks. Brings the ball to the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
That is a first down. Let's hear Jay Davis's voice.
And that is a State Bank first down.
Alex Galvan runs into play, comes to the bottom of the formation to be the wideout. Johnson in motion. The handoff went to Kohler. Big stick. That was number 2, KD Washington on that hit.
I think Kohler was sliding already, so it looked worse than what it was, but it did look good.
Looks like they gave him 3. Second down and 7 at the 41. Logan Johnson around the left side. He's trying to find a hole.
Johnson on the carry. Tackle again by number 32, Keyshawn Wallace.
Tackle was made by Keyshawn Wallace for the Wildcats. It's 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 at the 37 for the Hawks.
Another new lineman in for the Hawks. Number 60, Will Estes, is getting some time right now. New running back coming in for the Hawks, a guy that's been injured so far this season, but welcome back, Mr. Reese Elrod, number 21. Toss to Hayden Kohler.
Number 4, Hayden Kohler gets the carry. Young, number 6.
About 4th and 1 at the 35-yard line.
At the 35.
Corbin Shine in at receiver. That's a give to Trenton Kelly. He gets
Yes,
a big
sir.
game.
Oh, wow. Whoa. Hit a replay on that one. Is that a flag? They did not throw a flag on that. Wow.
Kelly, number 33.
I'm sorry, Donnie Kelly, his father. We are going to have to replay that.
Listen, I'm telling you, if you know the Kelly family, the one you better apologize to is Monica.
Oh, you ain't lying. Hold on. Let me.
This is Dr. Matt Young with another Hawk first down.
Hey, that was a good run, Trenton Kelly. Great job, young man.
Let's take a look at this replay. Great first down. And great WWE move here. Way to hold on to the football, Mr. Kelly.
Yeah, whistle should have gotten blown. I don't know if it did or not, but Hayden Kohler on the carry for the Hawks. Picking up positive yards. 2nd and 6 at the 21.
2nd and 6 at the 21.
Give to Trenton Kelly again. He's getting positive yards every time he touches the ball.
33 gets the call again. Trenton Kelly. Another 1st and 10 for the Hawks.
First down for the Grove. Ball's at the 13-yard line now. 6:14 left in the game.
Logan Johnson right side.
Around the right side for the Hawks.
Hey, he just cannot get a head of steam going tonight, it seems like. Making good plays, getting yards, but seeing the lightning I'm used to seeing.
Ball's down to the 9-yard line. Hawks still can get a first down. It's 2nd and 6. Had a whistle, I'm not sure. Doesn't look like a timeout, don't see a flag. I'm not sure what the stoppage was. Coach Gibson content right now to let the clock keep running. It's Reese Elrod on his first varsity carry.
Reese Elrod.
Quinn, how do you know that was his first varsity carry?
I try to keep up with a little bit.
I'll tell you.
I should say first carry for this year. I think he might have got some last year in the playoffs.
5-yard line. 3rd down and 2.
I know it's his first game back this year because he's been injured. 3rd and 2 at the 5. Trenton Kelly gets it inside the 5. Let's see where they spot it.
I want to bring our viewers this camera that's right down here, but this marker is just all in the way.
1st and goal, Hawks.
So Hawks pick up the first down, 1st and goal. Inside the 5-yard line, about the 2. Elrod's at wing. Give to Trenton Kelly again. He stopped short.
Alex Murphy saying he was chopped.
33 on the carry.
It's hard for these referees to see in there, especially in close.
2nd goal. Ball still at the 2, so no gain on that play. I think that was Trenton's first carry tonight that didn't get positive yards, but at least he didn't lose any either. Corbin Shine runs in the play. Trying to get Trenton Kelly that score. Hand off to him once again. Think he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
It's got a picture from Les Munn, one of the owners over at Cross Ties. Looks like they're having a good time out there outdoors. Beautiful night for it. Appreciate that partnership there over at Cross Ties. Les said if you come to him, free dinner. No, I'm just joking.
3rd and goal, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Let's see if they'll go to Trenton one more time. Logan Johnson around the left side. Nothing happening there. He's met, looks like, first of all, by Jaden Fuller, number 29.
Good play by Fuller. He's had a good football game.
Well, Gray, number 10, leading the stop. It's 4th and goal for the Hawks.
4th and goal for Pleasant Grove.
They're going to run this all the way down, take a timeout at the last second here.
Timeout, Pleasant Grove.
That number 3 right there, it is a really, really tough kid. He's playing with not a broken wrist, but I don't really know how to describe it, but I know it doesn't feel good.
They called it splintered. I asked one of the coaches, what's the difference in splintered and fractured? And he said it's a chipped bone. But it's in his left hand, his non-throwing hand.
As well as Miss Stephanie Vaughn. Happy birthday, you two.
Now I saw Connor was doing some work in Louisiana.
He is. He's going to college there at Louisiana Monroe, and he's with a group of guys that they went and did some disaster relief after Hurricane Laura. They stayed in Beaumont, but then they did some work over in Lake Charles and Sulphur, Louisiana.
Oh, he's a very, very nice young man. Well, you're proud of him.
His mama did a good job.
If you're watching from Walk-On, send us a picture. We have Golf USA speakers to give away. We'll pick 2 of y'all. Send us pictures in our DM or in the Facebook comments.
All right, so minute 37 seconds left in the game. Hawks have the ball, 4th and goal. Logan Johnson in motion. They give it to Trent Kelly again. Kelly is in for the score.
And for the touchdown.
From the 3-yard line, Trenton Kelly takes it in.
Shout out to that young man. Congratulations.
It's got to be a fun for a young player like that to know that the coach is trying to help you get in, help you build some confidence, keep giving you the ball, and the guys believe in you. That's good stuff. Enrique Rios for the point after, and it's good.
And Rio's second point attempt is good. 1 minute, 34 seconds left in the game. Your score, Pleasant Grove 35, Paris 7.
So next week, let's go ahead and think ahead a little bit. We're going to be heading to Carthage, Texas, but not playing Carthage.
Yeah, is it Silsbee? Is that right?
I believe so. I'm going to act like I don't. I know it's Silsbee, yes. We'll be down there early next week checking out the situation and bring you all the best coverage we can.
I don't know a lot about Silsbee for this year. I've not done any research yet, but I know historically they're always really good.
I believe, did Pleasant Grove play Steels be in the playoffs last year, or they lose right before they were going to play them?
I don't think we played them, and we played Salado.
That's right. I get them mixed up.
Rio set to kick off. Little pooch kick to Washington, number 2. He takes it. Finds a little lane, gets some positive yards.
Up to the 38-yard line.
Washington brought the ball up to the 38-yard line to begin this possession with 1.5 minutes left in the ball game.
This may be the quickest football game. Well, no, it's about 9:40. It feels like we've been out. It feels so good outside. Glad we're not sweating.
That third quarter took a little while.
We appreciate everybody that tuned in to watch. We're happy to bring you this coverage.
Got another new player in for the Hawks. Number 29 is not on our roster. I'm not sure who that is. But he got in on the play right there.
Torrey
Good job,
Phillips.
man.
That is someone you don't want to run into on a football field or anywhere else.
Loss of 2. Second and 12 at the 35.
It looks like Paris is ready to get out of here, too. 1 minute left to go in this one.
Got some substitutions. Tyler Foreman in for the Hawks. Chase McClure in. Like I said, number 29, I'm not sure who that is. Hand off to Caldwell up the middle. Gets some positive yards. Keeps the clock running. 3rd down and 7.
Gage back there, number 7. Torrey Phillips, number 50. They are going to run this one all the way out. They ran the clock from 1 minute all the way down.
So that's your ball game tonight. The score, Pleasant Grove Hawks 35, the Paris Wildcats 7. It's been a good night to be out at the football field. Really, really pleasant out here. The Wildcats hosting us have been great. Appreciate them this evening. We've had a new experience of calling games by looking at video screens and not being able to see the field at all. So we hope it was enjoyable for you guys that were able to view with us tonight and check in and watch it. Hope you'll come back and join us again the next time.
Yeah, we will stay here live a little bit longer. We will get the check hands. We'll get the post-game speech as well.
Also, the Paris Wildcats and the administrators and coaches would like to thank you for attending tonight's game. Before we leave, be sure to check to see that you have all of your personal belongings. We would also like to remind you to be careful walking to your cars and drive.
Hey, I'm Quinn Stanfield. I was doing the play-by-play tonight. Morgan Smith, Mr. Game Day, was doing the color. We were without our good friend Jay Davis doing stats, and without Kevin Carpenter. Tell you guys we miss you a lot. Looking forward to being with you next week.
I'll give you some local scores here. (42-14) Liberty Isle over Jefferson. Gilmer up 45-26 over Atlanta. DeKalb still up 28-0. Pewett's down 42-14 to Mount Vernon. 28-14 Dangerfield over Sabine. Queen City up big. They are on a real deal winning streak. 3 in a row. 46-13 up over Quitman. Beckville over Maud 41-14 early in the 3rd quarter. My alma mater, Spring Hill's up big on Community right now, 48-21. I thought everybody was saying they were playing White Oak tonight. So I might have to get on Craig about that. What you're seeing right now is Coach Gibson. He does a post-game speech every week, talking to his guys. What do you think he's talking about, Quinn?
It's always encouraging. He starts by a little challenge. It was kind of one of those things where he says we never get it perfect. but then it's always encouraging and telling the guys how proud of him he is. And he usually talks about the opponent and what a worthy opponent they are, what a good job they've done, and then he challenges them for next time. His thing is always, let's take a step, get better every time, and that's what he's talking about.
I know they love his speeches on social media. All right, guys, we appreciate you watching, and we will see you next week. We will be live from Carthage, Texas for Pleasant Grove versus Silsbee. We will see you there.
Go Hawks.